I'm Andrea, founder of...
Back then, we used to call them 60s because they were $60. Out the box, $60. Pair of fresh new 10s. Top 10s, Calvin Klein's and a Max Jr. A Max Jr. leather jacket you got on the YBI hookup.
We make a mean team, my Adidas and me. We make a mean team, my Adidas and me. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet, hot top or low. Adidas. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet, hot top or low. Adidas. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet, hot top or low. Adidas. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet, hot top or low. They're black and white, hot top or low. They're black and white, hot top or low.
Diddy talking through the streets like the white red run. In Detroit, it ain't no stomping in no Air Force Ones. We rock 10s with the pains and the 501. Young boys to the max with the Julians. 3 stripes, 4 life like I'm repping the set. One to rock, one to stock.
I can't see you on here, man.
The track suit with the fitted, cracking hard on the left. We both born in 79, so we in to death.
No, I can't see you here on Discord.
My switch game is immaculate with patterns and skin. I got the
I still can't see you, my brother.
Yeah. I got my dogs flexing with me on the right and my left. Where them dials at? I see y'all putting on for the glove. As far as heavy is concerned, it ain't nothing but love. We keep it popping, ain't no stopping. That's why we a team. Unify how we rise, my ideas and me. Hey, yo, Flash, we in the bitch doing numbers again for Detroit. We them dogs, let me say it again.
Yeah, because I'm just surprised it doesn't let it show you on Discord. Yeah. Oh yeah, except for in the Discord though. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. That's what I'm looking at. Let me see.
Big dog, little niggas get bit. I don't do a lot of barking on that bow wow shit. My sneaks and my snaps always match the fit. Colorways for days, I'm 3 stripes legit. Got my dogs with me, and them dials be wildin'. Drippin' heavy sauce, nigga, 1,000 Island. Top 10 aviator out the dude is climbing. Jeremy put wings on him, now we flying. Stuntin' on niggas and not even trying. I got 100 pairs, homie, and I'm not lying. Put a stamp on it, and that's just true. Detroit top 10, homie, that's our shoe. OG classic color, red, white, and blue. With the tongue sticking out like I see you. Like you see me, then you see 3. Stripes on them sneakers in 3D. Where my dogs at? What up, doe? Adidas on my feet. Where my dogs at?
Yeah, just your icon. That's it. Yeah.
From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet. Hot top or low. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet.
No, still, yeah. Yeah, just it shows the historical podcast in the with the leaf right there, and that's it. Yeah, just like when I just like when I do this. That's what I'm seeing is I'm seeing your icon like that.
Top 10, never stepped on, no cut on my drug. Top side, Uchi-Con, come from YBI. Young boys, 100 years, some things that never die forever.
Yeah. When he's saying about the green, I couldn't see it. Yeah, I don't know why it shows it on. Yeah, it only shows it on. Seems to show it on YouTube, but not. Yeah.
Where I go, niggas know I'm from Detroit. Old Nicholas D, seal skins and furs. What up, those? Come on, we got away with the words. Check the map and the stat. We got away with them birds. I'm Kurt McGurk. Nigga, get this word. I'm that checkmate floor. I spit raw in the verse. With a bandita down like Bobo in this bitch. Doing a school press so you can see my kicks. Raise my leg when I piss. I'm a dog in this bitch. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet.
Oh, that's what's up. Oh yeah.
From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet. Hot top.
Yeah. Salute to Mr. Goats.
From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet. Hot top. From state to state, it's Adidas on my feet. Hot top or low.
We on the live already?
Hot top or low. They're black and white. Hot top or low. Let's take it back
to the 80s when most of y'all couldn't rock none. Check it in, niggas was scared then to rock some. Let me take it back like walking home with your socks on. Rock City banging them bitches until the rock gone. They don't really get it, my nigga, they don't know the history. You call it top 10,
yeah, McFly is already, man.
60s.
Yeah.
Hanging off the car doing the Earl Flynn, nigga. You can tell the way we dressed that we some Detroit niggas. Niggas died for that shoot. Niggas died on the block. Niggas died for their respect. This shit'll never stop. You see the campaign? All white tins like cocaine. I've been a dog. I'm crazy just like my shoe game. So many different colors. My closet look like a rainbow. Popping tags, nigga. I'm tagging everywhere a dog go. Detroit nigga, but it started all on Dexter Ave. Little niggas. But them little niggas knew how to get a bag.
Yeah.
They probably turning
like, yeah, I would have to have the YouTube playing, but then you get the feedback back, you know.
Let me stay alive. If you didn't know it then, bet you know it's not.
From state to state, it's the leader on my feet, hot top or low. From state to state, it's the leader on my feet, hot top or low.
We'll smoke a podcast tonight. We got Chester Mcflly.
It's the leader on my feet, hot top or low. From state to state, it's the
Yeah,
leader
you
on my
can't hear
feet,
Gutta
hot
right now.
top
He's
or
behind the
low.
wheels of steel right now. So yeah, if it looks like I'm having a conversation with myself, there's actually Jay Gutta over there talking with me back and forth.
Fresh Adidas
But,
swing across the
yeah.
bathroom floor. A to the D-I-D-A-S. Awesome Dreas, Detroit's all-star. Nothing less. A-D-O-G. I ain't shaming my age. When they was laying in the crib, I was slaying the stage. Adidas down. Shoes, socks, hats, and drawers. No flaws, throwing paws, breaking jaws and laws. If a nigga asks you what size you wear, tell him not yours, nigga, with a grim ass stare. Yeah, needed a new pair, had to hit shoe fair. But when I got there, had to cop a few pair. Track suits, t-shirts.
Yeah, let's do that, man. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to YLG, the whole crew. As you know,
equipment is cool, but I choose to trade for you. Got that wholesale work, make your wholesale work.
Yeah.
Just don't get checked in like a hotel.
Definitely, you know,
Adidas style
salute
looking
to them,
good,
you know,
and they
salute
holding
to
it
them.
down.
There's a
Adidas
young man
dogs
right
in your
there.
hood, and we holding the crown.
From state to state, it's the leader on my feet, hot top or low.
Yep.
From state to state, it's the leader on my feet, hot top or low.
Yeah, he's the DJ. I'm the rapper. Yes, right now behind the wheels of steel. Yeah, Gutta's behind the scenes right now. I guess you can see him probably. You can see both of us. But, over here, I'm messing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, we got Big Hurt coming up right now. Salute to the homie right here.
Y'all know.
Avarice. Yeah, certainly Avarice coming up too. With Esham Jackson.
When I walk up in the club, I don't check my coat. I order a bottle of dime to wet my throat. We stay deep, so respect my folks. I find out firsthand how I feel when your neck get broke. Man, I came here to fuck with the hoes. One broad had a mini skirt with no panties touching the toes. Feeling good cause my dope case got dismissed. Bought the bar, not a whole place popping crisp. This one hoe used to dance at the gate. She was glancing at me, stripping from me with her pants to her knee. I heard she burning, I ain't about to chance it and see. If she asked to go, you know where my answer be. Hell no, you know the rules.
So it's a safe one to use. It's a safe one to use.
To choose from. So I'ma just sit at my table, order some Quavo, and leave with a chick like J-Lo. Nigga, what? So the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey.
Okay, yeah, I have heard this. Yeah.
Fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history.
Yeah, that's the part of, yeah.
Girls on the dance floor hustling. Couple drunk cats start tussling. That tough shit that get you through out quick. Seen some niggas coming in I had a shootout with. One peeked me, and then he started tapping his man. I'ma fuck around and have to go back to the can. Got a K plus a Mac in the van. A throwaway on my side, and Jay Nutty had a strap in his hand. I don't care about getting arrested. They didn't expect it. We beat, now they hitting the exit. They looked up, they would've got popped in the face. But it's too many undercover cops in the place. Besides that, everything was A-OK. We popped down, I don't fuck with J. Roger. All I'm into is thugging and skeezing. No hugging and squeezing. Why? Here's a couple of reasons. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles, all bub, no whiskey. I got a girl, I just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history. The place packed and I'm having a blast. See my cousin girl leaving with another nigga, grabbing her ass. But I told him when he got with her, she a flat out freak. I heard last week T-Dot hit her. And these bras think I'ma commit? Hold on, got them so gone like that new Monica hit. All night I've been blazing and drinking. We floss so hard, even the married hoes waving and winking. It's almost a quarter to two. They out of town being next, so fuck it, I'ma order a brew. I drank that, and now we on our way out the bar. Let's go. See them same niggas, so I grabbed the K out the car. They peeled out before I even got to dumping. On top of that, the whole parking lot was jumping. I'm a thug, I admit it, I can't change. That's just me. And next week we'll be doing the same thing. I'm a boss, so the bouncers at the club don't frisk me. Steady popping bottles all above.
Fly in the building. What up, though, homie?
Just wanna fuck, don't kiss me. Soon as I get my dick sucked, the history.
Yeah.
Also, the bouncers at the club don't frisk me.
Yeah, they can't see none of us right now. It's just like, yeah, they can hear.
Yeah, I can see you.
It's just a bit. Yeah, because I can see Chester Mcflly. I can't see Gutta.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Coke real quick.
Oh yeah, do your thing, man. Yeah, we just still in the beginning.
Well, you could play that freestyle I sent too. That's what's up.
You can see Jay Gutta in the Discord.
Shout out to my nigga
Chester.
Yeah. I see you.
Crazy?
You see me?
Yeah.
Oh, you see? That's crazy because he doesn't tell me that.
I got a half ounce of that good shit. This is rhythm. You probably have heard of it. Spencer, they sell this all over the country out there. Rhythm. The brownie scale.
All right. Yep, I can see Jesse just fine. Yep.
I'm in the career shit. I ruin these niggas. You can hate all you want. I'm pursuing these figures.
Yep. That's how it's showing, yeah.
I'm focused on the cash. I see the bigger picture.
Justice for Southwest Tees, y'all. Justice for Creeper, too. Rest in peace, Tees. Rest in peace, Creep, y'all.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. For real.
Oh yeah.
That brand is like 32%. It was like on sale too, $100 for half.
I take my top off like my bitch doing that pussy leaking. And in the scene with my niggas and all of them drinking. So it's bottle popping, got hoes pulling up, jumping out, pussy popping. That's how my side is, and I'ma tell you one word. On the corner trying to roll, nobody know who
you got me by 5.
On the first serve. Water and hot grease, escape police, so going season.
Unicorn tears?
Yeah,
funny.
I'm in a booth and God bless me.
Sounds like a Talib Kweli nightmare.
Because what was that other stuff done? It was unicorn poop, wasn't it? So now you got the here.
They don't sell them in PA. They only sell them in Jersey and shit. They're like hard to get through all around here.
THSPC, man. RP my nigga Martin, man. On some real shit. Man.
Oh yeah, same thing here. I go to dispensaries like just for my medical and shit. I had to go to jail to get that shit.
What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, brotherkingx, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff.
Thank you.
We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two.
I love you too.
Maybe grab a brew and a snack for you. and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we step into the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smokers Podcast, episode 263. I'm Jay Gutta. We got
All right, what up, though? And we got with us
Chester Mcflly. Nice to meet y'all. See y'all
Chester
again,
Mcflly
actually.
in the building, y'all. You might have seen him on other episodes and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's taught. You probably have seen him on other episodes, and you probably know who he is. But we're gonna get more into just Chester Mcflly. You know what I'm saying? You tapped in and like guest co-hosted, chopped it up where we talked about certain shit. But we about to get into it with Chester Mcflly, Philly in the motherfucking building, y'all.
We'll be in the building.
Oh yeah. Let me just go ahead and stop the bullshit, and how about I'll jump right into that freestyle you did and shit. I know you uploaded it on your page, so I'll just go ahead and pull Chester Mcflly up. And congratulations, dog. You're fucking killing it and shit.
Yeah,
Thank
actually, if you haven't peeped in, definitely check out his page. It's on the rise. Yep,
Yes,
Chester
sir.
Mcflly right there.
Yeah, I just hit 50,000 subscribers like right before this
dog.
episode.
Killing them, dog. You're killing them. Chester
In the
McFly right
Philippines.
here, y'all. 50.1K. That's what's up, dog. You're killing them. You're killing them. Yeah, look at lives getting thousands of views. Chester McFly's blowing up. Make sure you go subscribe to him. He got a lot of dope content. We're gonna play this video right here. I see you got something about Benzino and Eminem on there too and shit. I'm looking right now on your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. That was what you call Doomsday 2 freestyle. I was just like doing a little like video with and on that shit. Try to get some hype on that shit.
Right. What about the what was I looking for? The freestyle. Where I can't find the freestyles.
It says Chester and it's like a DeLorean
right
picture.
here.
Yeah, there's like the video's like longer, and then I did like a short to connect to the video. Try to get. I was just trying new shit.
We on it right now. We just got another thumbs up from the Hood Smokers Podcast. You can check this freestyle out. Just look up Chester McFly. It's that simple. That's an easy ass name to spell too. It's exactly how it sounds. Chester McFly. You know what I'm saying? Just spell it out just like that. We'll get more into that too later in the interview. But check out the Hood Smokers Podcast freestyle. Chester McFly. Let's get it. With a beat.
This shit though. Let's hit it smoke. I'm in the time. MC McFly is mine. McFly, be the best. I put these bitches back, you know you better pay the rest. Pay the cost. Fuck with the boss. I don't care, it ain't lost though. The beat hitting while you driving. Looking at me, motherfucking y'all know I'm conniving. On the Motherhood Smokers Podcast. I'm about to fucking bury the last of the past. Everybody stepping up, bitches on the fucking up. I ain't never give a fuck. Just speed it up, bitch. You know I hit it up. Why? Cause you know I'm in the gut. Giddy up. That's how we do it every show. The Hood Smokers Podcast, #1 in the country, yo. Freestyle killing. I don't give a fuck, man. Your blood be spilling. Listen to me, start to vibe. We do this shit. Represent 215. Yeah, Philly in this bitch. Start to vibe. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna survive. The beat keep going. I don't know why y'all think y'all knowing the best. Chester Mcfly put you to the test. I don't care like the cops. I ain't under arrest. Y'all like a bitch in the dress. I don't give a fuck, dog. Who the fuck I impress? Get it back. I put these bitches on their back. Motherfuckers talking this shit, it ain't no coming back. Outside, cause we driving 215. I don't give a fuck, we here, we survive. I'm on the grind though, yeah. Bumping in your wax like I'm Rondo. No Diddy, that's what we say. Murder on this beat, do it like every day.
That was Chester McFly straight off the dome. Freestyle, old school, not no written. Not nothing. Using the beat too, just so y'all know, right? Use that, you like that with the beat, you know what I'm saying? Chester McFly is the one in the chat that's always preaching to the guests that he likes to rap to the beat, you know what I'm saying? Freestyle battle to the beat. Battles to the beat. Battle to the beat.
And hashtag bring back instrumentals, the battles, y'all. That shit needs to happen ASAP.
Hey, I think it was better back in the days when we had cassette tapes, when we had like singles, and they would put the B-side would have a beat. That was always dope, because then you could even get a ghetto-ass karaoke machine and put a fucking
Oh, hell yeah.
Instrumental and shit. Some of them
I used to actually
karaoke
do that.
machines had levels on them and shit, mixers and shit and all that, like for the vocals and shit. I ripped a Wu-Tang beat.
I
I
miss those
remember
days.
hard as
I was
fuck.
guilty of that too. You know, like
Yeah, some of them were pretty nice. I got one just to rap actually back in the day. That's why I bought my first karaoke
Yeah,
machine.
my first well, it wasn't to a karaoke machine. I actually held one cassette player up, one of them small skinny ones up to another one, played the beat. It had a little microphone in the corner, and I hit record, and I was recording to the beat. It was to MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This. That was the first rap I ever wrote in my life. I was like 10 years old. It was the anthem for the Detroit Pistons, the Bad Boys, when they was winning. That was their like theme song at the time. And we was going to the rallies and all that shit. So I'm a little kid, and that was my shit. You know what I'm saying? MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This. I made the song You Can't Flush This. Yeah. And I did it straight to the beat, everything. Now I remember a few bars from it, but I ain't gonna spit it right now. I spit it on other episodes.
I was late to that. I had some of those preset beats, you know, like on the Casio little tiny ass keyboard. So it was like like before even the karaoke thing. I was like, I'd hit that preset beat, have the note change and all that kind of stuff. So I was like,
What you know about scratching on a Fisher Price record player though?
oh man.
Yeah,
Hey,
we did that.
we also know about ruining records too. Like we'll get into that.
Hey, shout out to D Cochran. She said, "What up, though, Chester Mcflly?" She said she shout out to the Mac.
What up, though, D Cochran?
But yeah, we
good.
got let's get off us. We talk about Chester Mcfly. Chester Mcfly blowing the fuck up. But before you started blowing the fuck up, I becoming a famous YouTuber and shit. Fucking let's go back in the days. A young Chester Mcfly. Like what's a little history behind Chester Mcfly, like growing up and all that? Were you born in Philly? Like was born and raised, or did you come to Philly young, or like?
So like I've been off and on Philly like my whole life, like Delaware County and Philly. Like I was originally from I was born in Bryn Mawr, but I lived like in Philly like until I was like 10, and then I moved to Broomall, like the suburbs, and then after like when I got older, I lived in Westchester for a little bit, and then I went back to South Philly, and then back to Broomall. Now I'm like on 8 Mile, basically, like right on the edge of Philly.
So you kind of like the Eminem of Philly, then, huh?
What's that?
Do they got trailer parks out there?
In Westchester, they do definitely.
But not in the actual in Philadelphia, right? Because that's something they got here in Detroit. There's that
that's sort of
misconception that people think because of the movie 8 Mile that there's trailer parks in Detroit. But there ain't no trailer parks in Detroit. They're in the suburbs of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? They're ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But they're not in Detroit. It's their hood. I mean, I'll give it to the trailer parks. It gets wild. I just got wild up in the trailer park. You know what I'm saying? Just last week, when it got wild in that bitch. I've been in that motherfucker. So I know it goes down in them trailer parks out there, but they're not in the city of Detroit. And that's what a lot of people
I smashed a girl in the trailer park once, and like I didn't have a ride home, and I like lived there for a week. And it was crazy out there. Like they had a dog, like this giant Saint Bernard dog that took up like half the room. You know how small a trailer is? Yeah, so like the dogs like took up half the room.
And shit. Some of them trailer parks are like the projects kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fun though down there, but that was like that's like on the outside, like in Chester County and shit. Yeah.
Chester County, huh?
Chester County.
Yeah.
Is he the king of Chester County, Chester Mcfly?
Yeah, I used to live out there in Westchester, and Thorndale. I live right like next to Downingtown and shit out there. That's where I met like Sid and Makeda, Bob Marley's daughter. I live with her.
Yeah. Small world.
Yeah, we wanted to definitely, if you can reach out, we would definitely love to have Bob Marley's.
Like I wanted to go into that also. It's like a small world right there, you know. Like he knows Makeda, which also like one of our friends, you know. Like heck, we all link up. But with speaking of Link, you know, Cuban Link and all with his man, you know, right there, you know. We got the links to that through much of Makeda right there. So it's a small world.
Cuban Link being part of the family.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, because my buddy Sid used to go out with her, and that's like who was my roommate, and that's how like she moved in with us. And when he went out with her and shit, like after like they were messing around, I wasn't living there. He told me he was like managing Cuban Links or something like that, or doing something with him like that. So,
Cuban
and then you
Link,
said something about
not
that.
Cuban
So that's
Links, it's Cuban Link. Cuban Link.
Cuban Link.
Not plural.
Cuban Link.
Not Cuban
I
Link.
got you.
You
Well,
know,
yeah, but I know what you
former
mean, 'cause
member of
Cuban
Terror
Links is also
Squad,
like
really
a
former
team.
member of.
Yeah. I think it. Yeah, you know where I was at.
I know. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, shout out our homie Cuban Link. That's the homie right there. Family. Shout out to Goya. Shout out to Panda Chop. Much love.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Chester McFly.
Nah, that's good. I'm always messing up names and shit, yo. As I get older, like I do it all the time. I meet people like, yo, you meet that guy? You know that guy's name? And I'm like,
That's why I always ask guests, like, how do you want your name spelled on the flyer? Like, because you know everybody got, like, if your name, like, we got Crackle Capone coming out, who's a dope-ass underground artist. He got a big following and shit. I actually did a show with him in Detroit, and he's like, a lot of people showed out. He's showing a lot of love, but he throws a K in the Capone, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, like, changes their name a little bit, so I always want to get it 100%. So I always ask the guests, like, because I even asked the guest one time, I forgot who it was. I think it might have been Medical Records, Wiley Doe and them and shit. And I was like, how do you want your name to appear on the flyer? And they was like, we want it in like real big like letters like that. And I'm like, nah, dog. Like, how do you want it spelled and shit? Like, not what kind of like. Like he was describing how he wanted the letters to look, the name, behind big
That's
lights
funny.
on a billboard and shit. And shout out to Wiley
Like,
Doe,
hey,
Medical Records.
right. Yeah, we don't want to put like a, like, yeah, if it's with a K or with a C, like, yeah.
Yeah, we want to get it right, you know what I'm saying? But Chester McFly is spelled Chester McFly. I got the flyer pulled up, you know how we do, right next to your face. So
Yeah, good luck on that.
It was like, would you like to get into the name, like the creation of the name, like itself, like,
So
you don't
like,
have to
yeah,
know your government name, but yeah, go ahead, my brother.
yeah. Well, no, like I had my government name on on the YouTube for a minute. I had like no subscribers, and then like you kept saying, "Oh, Chester McFly," and then that's him. He's in there because I had my government name, and now I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna change it to Chester McFly, and that was like the smartest thing I ever did because that's when my subscribers started going up and shit. Because now, oh, that's Chester McFly. I didn't know who he was.
yeah.
Johnny who? Yeah.
And when you punch it in, Chester McFly, I don't give a fuck where you at in the world. Guaranteed 100%, you're going to be, if you ain't the very first thing that pops up, you're at least the second. And maybe not even the third, but one of your videos is definitely popping right up there at the top, dog. I mean, we watched you go from what, like, less than a few hundred to fucking 50 over 50K and shit, dog. Like, that's fucking dope as fuck. I mean, congratulations, dog. We want to salute you.
Without paying to play too. That's what I was gonna say. Without paying to play, that's
that's organic.
I'll never do that.
Right.
I just had the idea, like, come up with a catchphrase, like, for that, like, you know what I mean, like, because I feel like that always pops up, like when you've seen that show, Different Strokes. Like, what you talking about, Willis? That shit, like, stuck with you. You know what I mean?
What made you think to do hashtags in Chinese, though? I gotta ask you, because that shit had me fucked up when I seen that shit, because I don't even know how to do that shit, dog. You gotta teach me and shit, sensei. Teach me on that shit, dog. You gotta teach me how to run this YouTube shit. We trying to blow up, dog.
Right?
We're like 10 away from 10K and shit.
Yeah, no, I just seen like the video, like I just watch martial art videos like when I get high, and then like it reminded me like when I would like I think I was telling you I would watch like old Wu-Tang. I would listen to Wu-Tang and watch Kung Fu Theater, like, and turn the volume off and like just listen to like hip hop with like like Kung Fu Theater on. I thought that shit was dope. So then I always like just from that I would always like make up words like this is what they're saying. Like I would say dirty shit like
Yeah, no, it's dope how you do it too.
Like we would say,
use the green screen and shit.
Yeah, so I just started doing that with like martial art videos and shit. And then like when I just seen these videos over and over again, so I just said, yeah, he Bruce Lee the shit out of him. Like, like, oh, he got knocked the fuck out. Like, that's what they said in Friday. So I wanted, like, something like that. Like, that's easy to remember.
I think you got one that's, like, got 20 mil, don't you? Around there? About
Yeah. That one, I think it's, like, 16 or 17. It's going up there, though. I keep, like, hitting it, man. That shit's crazy.
By the time we get off the air, it'll be at 20 mil and shit.
Yeah, you just got to come. That's why I did this. Figure that. And then, like, then I can work on,
can't share too much of the game.
Live.
Fly don't share too much of the game. You know what I'm saying? We get the game is to be sold.
It's to be told. Yeah, not to be told.
Yeah.
We got
But yeah,
snakes that be watching, you know what I'm saying, in the grass. Master Splinter and Reach Around Records and them and shit, you know what I'm saying? They be
And we see all the
I got you.
you know, like
lurking.
we. Yeah.
Let's stay
Dog,
grinding though,
it's
and
dope,
always
dog. Yeah,
if
you
you're
put
good
in
at if
man
you're
work,
talented
dope
at shit,
content.
just do what you're talented at. You know, at the end of the day, like I could rap and I could do funny shit, so I'm gonna incorporate that in like some little shorts and see what happens. And
Yeah, you a
That's what's
dope
up.
content creator. That's how the fuck you got to 51K or almost 51. Yeah, 51K right now. Ain't you at 51K? I believe I got you. I can check right now.
yeah, I
50.1K.
don't,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's just in what, a month, 2 months and shit. You like shot up
Yeah, yeah.
like it's
If you've
fast
seen
fuck, dog.
my thing, I look at it. It says like November, December, and then all of a sudden it's like February, and it's like jumped up and shit.
Yeah.
I pulled up
I
your
was
community
gonna say if
page.
you want to go back a little bit, like, because before you had a successful page on its own back in the days,
Yeah,
like if you wouldn't mind going into that, and like now you're back on it, like because I could understand your frustration, which let them know, but I know your frustration when you lost that page. If you know,
yeah. Good looking at. Yeah, now before it was bought by Google, I had a poppin' YouTube page where I did music videos for like artists, and I just did all kinds of shit. And I was getting a lot of views. And then when they said Google was buying it, you got to change your email and all that. I didn't do anything, and then it just like took all my videos, and like that shit killed me. I was like, I didn't want to try. And then I was messing around on Instagram and all the other sites, but then I decided to come back to YouTube, and the shit been working. If you focus on one instead of all these other ones, you're distracted.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking. I've been going through your community page, scrolling down, and I'm at the 10K subscribers. That was 4 days ago. You was at 10K subscribers, and then
Yeah.
you posted
yeah,
to 50K.
no, that's what's up, So yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, on the karate shit, like they had like in the subtitles, like because there were like Asian like kung fu videos, like I would just take the words and highlight it and copy and then like hashtag it. I don't even know what those words mean, you know.
let's
I
see
was
where it
tagging
goes.
China, Philippines, India, like shit like
Oh,
that, because there's a lot of people over there watch videos.
yeah, nah.
Look at you at 17 million views. Chinese kung fu karate, Chinese or Chester Mcflly MMA. Yeah, you an MMA fan? Cause I used to train in MMA.
Yeah.
We had an MMA company called Collide MMA in Detroit. We fucked with some pro fighters. Shout out to Derek Cruikshank. And we still can't find our boy Henry and shit, who's Henry Fields from Carson and Pitt, who's been missing now for over a year and shit. He was but he worked with UFC fighters like on the banners and shit. He had his logo with their logos. He would make their banners and shit like that. We had some fighters out here in Michigan. Tony Ferguson.
So you say he went missing?
Yeah, literally.
He's been missing for over a year
yes,
now.
Yeah, over a year. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's been
crazy.
shit. I think about 2 years now. Henry Fields, man.
Yeah,
Anybody
it's gonna
knows?
be going on 2
Contact
years
him,
by
man.
because it was like a little bit. Yeah, I was just barely getting in the show. So yeah.
Yeah,
That's wild.
we used to be real. I grew up with him, but we were tight on the MMA shit. He was trained with him. Like there's this pro gym where Darren Cruikshank and like Tony Ferguson, and anytime a UFC fighter comes to Michigan, to Detroit, they train on this on 8 Mile. It's called Mass Gym, and so we had a plug in there. And shout out to Dingo. We had him as a guest here. He's from Flint. He was a pro fighter, but he fought in King of the Cage. He was like a champion in King of the Cage, and he was a super heavyweight. Dingo was huge, dog. Charles Brown and shit. They called him the grave digger. He used to do dig the grave after he knock him out. He was knocking motherfuckers out like crazy, choking them out. Like he was known for just slamming them down and ground and pounding. And he fuck them up. He did get into kickboxing because he was real tall and big. I remember I asked him one time, like, what do you bench press? Because I was real big into lifting weights then and shit. And I had like a 365 bench press. He was like, I don't know. I don't lift weights. I just do body exercises. And this dude was just cock diesel and shit. And I'm like, damn, just body exercises.
That's like dudes in jail. That's all they do.
Yeah, dog. But he's from Flint and shit. He rocked with Dayton family and all of them and shit. But we had him as a guest on here. But you an MMA fan? Do you pay attention?
Yeah, no, I like MMA, and I try to watch as many fights as I can. It's just getting them for free. I got this one app I've been using. I've been getting shit for free because like I ain't paying for this
They're out of
fights,
control
yo.
with them prices, dog. Dana White's killing them.
Yeah.
I like that dude from South Africa who won that fight recently against that dude.
I don't know the name, but I know who you talk about.
Yeah, Dreyfus, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nice. He beat up that dude, Sean Strickland. That dude's crazy. That dude's fucking nuts. You ever see him fight?
Yes. He's nuts. Yes, he is nuts.
That dude's fighting demons. I seen him beat the shit out of Sneeko on the one video online. You see that?
I watched the UFC grow so big it was crazy because like when I was in prison, it used to come on Fox Sports Channel every Sunday at like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And we'd be locked down and shit. Marquette, this is when I was in the Upper Peninsula, locked down watching it, and I used to they were free and shit, and it was like anything goes type shit. You know what I'm saying? Then the weight classes didn't matter, like the old school shit. It got crazy, but
I remember that shit. You could have like a sumo wrestler going against it.
Yeah. Like that's when they first started. Like they had Ken Shamrock and shit in that shit.
It was like anything went, dog. Dude was getting his hair pulled out and shit. Elbows chopping motherfuckers' faces off and shit. But then they started getting it more professional. You know what I'm saying? It turned into what it is now and shit.
Yeah, because you'd have a sumo wrestler right there, and then this boxer just knew how to have those hands and knock them. You know, like
Yeah, like I was like one of my favorite fighters was always like Chuck Liddell and Rampage Jackson. I like stand-up fighters.
I like Chuck Liddell.
You got a specific fighter?
John Bones Jones is my dude right there. Like
he's like unbeatable. That dude. They say he pokes people in the fucking eyes. They say that's what he's known for.
Mark and the elbow.
Are you familiar with
Captain Insano?
Yeah. Like the whole time.
Are y'all familiar with Butterbean?
Yeah.
We can possibly get him as a guest. He's from Bay City. I got ties with him. I've chopped it up with Butterbean and shit. Fucking, he's from out here in Bay City, Michigan and shit. But I was locked up with one of his homies and shit. But Butterbean, he was knocking motherfuckers out and shit though. He was I think he was boxing or street knuckle or it wasn't boxing. It was
a mixture of the two. Because like
he did MMA too and shit.
Like he gave Johnny Knoxville a run for his money.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that on Jackass. He was beating the brakes off Johnny Knoxville. Shit.
Remember he beat up that wrestler dude? They had an actual boxing tournament in the WWF back in the day.
Yes. I'm trying to remember.
Like Bart Gunn or something, and he won the tournament, and they were pissed off, and then they made him fight Butterbean, and Butterbean
Butterbean beat the brakes off.
Butterbean does that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a scrapper. This shit just a scrap. Reminds me kind of like how George Foreman was. He wasn't like, he said, how he worked out was chopping wood. He lived on a farm and shit, and he just chopped wood and shit all day. He said, like that's how
he said he used to collect money for the mafia and shit.
Who, George Foreman?
Yeah.
I believe
like, they people owe money. They send George in there like, yo,
you
better pay the fuck up. Go to work.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's cool. But I love all kinds. I went to martial arts when I was young. I did like Kempo and shit. So I just always like martial arts. I like MMA. And then, in karate videos, like I said, I just try to do my own commentary. I just think that shit's funny.
Yeah, that's what's dope too. You do commentary over it and shit, so that's what makes it dope.
I remember that a little bit about the fighting part. Cause I mean, I remember you calling somebody out, a rapper. To challenge him to.
Jacket Man again.
He's all type and hype. You know what I mean? That's all he does.
Yeah, because I don't know if you were familiar with this too as well, Gutta. Yeah, with our friend, our mutual friend, Talib.
A little dude fucked them dudes up though, dog. He wasn't playing, was he?
What was it?
I'm watching this video. Oh, that one dude was just going crazy in the black shirt, dog. He was like going ham. Like they was fucking with little dude, like bullying him and shit. Dude come over and he just started fucking him up. Nah, I gotta play while y'all can keep talking. I'm just playing to this shit while they.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just heard. Yeah, I was just like, whoa, okay. All right. We were getting confused. I'm like, what? Talib's like beating somebody? That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought. Like Talib's beating somebody up.
I mean, all I've seen him do is try and like, he punked somebody off stage or something like that, but that person wasn't about it. It's like, it's like,
You said it was like some dude wearing a T-shirt, like or something, right?
yeah, he's watching it. He's watching something right now. But yeah, going into that, what got you really originally into rapping? Like how far back? When you can think of your first movie. I asked that question before, but when you fell in love with hip hop, in other words.
When I was a kid, like, and I would like go to school and like my nonna mom would watch me, and then like my dad would come pick me up, and then like when I was in his like, I mean, this like when he had a Ford Escort, so this is a long time ago, like 1988, 89,
yeah.
And I was just in his car, like playing with the radio, and then like I would just hear like hip hop, and I just started. I always wanted to listen to it and shit. He would like try to get me to turn off and listen to like 70s music and shit, like funk music. That's what he liked. He liked all the funk music and shit, but he wasn't into hip hop and shit. But like eventually, that's what got me into it. And I had this station around here called Power 99. They still have it, and it's like I love that station. That station is like what got me into hip hop and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then like I got MC Hammer album gifted to me for like Christmas from like a cousin of mine, and then I bought the Chronic album. That was my first album I bought with my money and shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It was just on from there.
Yeah, the Chronic album, that was a game changer right there too, and shit, hip hop.
Hell yeah.
I mean, cause you had the glamour, like you had the glamour of Hammer, in other words, and then then you had something that was changing to the other side of the tracks and stuff. It wasn't all the glamour; it was like the more reality was kind of coming through.
Yeah. See, I didn't know. I was like a kid. I thought like Hammer was the shit. He had like the gold, and then like I would watch like In Living Color, and then like they would make fun of him and shit. And that's when I was like,
to the ground. Yeah, makes me sick. Oh.
Yeah. And they fell on his head and shit. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I used to watch this cartoon show though when I was a kid too. You remember that? He had a cartoon show.
Oh yeah. It was like like Saturday morning type thing. Yeah, and he'd do it. Yeah, I remember
Hammer Time or some shit. Hammer Time.
Well, I believe it was Hammer Time. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show. And but yeah, he just like I started seeing after he lost all his money, like he like disappeared. Like I don't know, like I started listening to other hip hop music.
With Death Row,
like,
he was Hammer was the most gangster motherfucker.
That's the funny part. Yeah, like talking about the glamour of Hammer. Yeah, but behind the scenes,
don't let them Hammer pants fool you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit.
Don't let the genie pants like fool you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because I seen like when I was like older, like that Hammer was on Death Row, and one day I was having an argument like one of my friends who really knows hip hop, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, I bet you didn't even know Hammer was on Death Row. And this is like before Google. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And like, we going back and forth. He's like, you lying. And then he seen it on something. He's like, yeah, he was on there. He's like, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
Yeah. Like behind the scenes, it was just like, yeah, he was an entertainer, but then like off the mic and whatever, yeah, he definitely had some, he had street cred.
Yeah,
but like even back then, I would listen like Crisscross and shit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like all like I don't know. When you were a young kid, like that shit was all cool back in the '90s. You could listen to Crisscross, Hammer, and then
so you grew up on
Death Row.
90s hip hop. Like I'm trying to catch the genre like you came up on. So '90s hip hop, which I think was like the probably to me is like it's still like that's probably what I listen to the most. Like '90s. Late '80s through the '90s and shit. Probably the most that I listen to like. When I put on like when I'm feeling some type of way and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because music does like affect you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
yeah. It can bring you back. I like to listen to old shit.
A little bit before that, like where I liked where there was a little bit more variety. You caught some of it, like yeah. But as it got further, it was like it was starting to branch where there was like okay, there was glamour hip hop, and then but there used to be a whole bunch of different genres. I mean, there was the Afrocentricity, hip hop,
conscious hip hop.
Conscious hip hop, yeah, where you had X Clan and you had, like Public Enemy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was okay to do that. And it was like,
De La Soul.
De La Soul, yep. De La Soul. Yeah. Like
and then like with Wu-Tang and shit like that, you know what I mean? That's they merged like martial arts with hip hop and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the chambers right there. Yeah, and just yeah. It just
I
seemed
remember
like
when
it was like
skaters.
trying to put. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I remember when skaters and like people like were in the hip hop used to always be fighting each other, and then like they
Yeah, we
need to
used to
like
be
go
beating up the
together.
skaters over here, dog. Not no hate on the skaters. I know that's part of hip hop now, but back in the days, we did used to beat up on these skaters. They even had a gang, and they was like a skater gang and shit, dog. And we used to be beating the brakes off. Man, dog, we beat the brakes off. So I could tell some stories, but I'm not going to. And this I'm talking about when I'm like 13, 12, 13, maybe
Hang at the
14.
mall.
No, yeah, the malls too. Well, the
Yeah.
mall, everybody was free game at
That's
the
usually
mall. You
what it
could
is.
bump
If
into a
you
little bit of
people
everybody
like,
at the
oh, that's
mall.
Bama. They sitting out there.
You
One of them
start fighting
sitting
with a
on the
gang that you
skateboard.
didn't even know from nowhere, just from somewhere way out and shit, just because y'all bumped into each other at the mall and shit. Like, you don't even know these
Yeah.
motherfuckers and shit. Like, that's how they.
But then y'all would team up if you seen like the Gothic kids. Like, yo, fuck them dudes.
That's when you used to be able to smoke cigarettes in the mall. Remember, you used to be able to walk around the mall smoking cigarettes. They had ashtrays.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit, dog. Like, fucking, yeah. And there was like a smoking or non-smoking section in the restaurants and shit. It was like, them was the good old days, dog. When Clinton was president, dog, everybody was making money from the dope dealers to the businessmen to the hustlers. Everybody was getting money, dog. Back when Clinton was president, dog, I'm telling you, dog, everybody was getting money, dog, because we was out there I was doing both. I was working. I worked too, and I was out there doing my thing and shit. And fucking, they ended up. I'm not trying to glorify it, and I ended up getting locked up for this dumb shit, but not for this shit. Some of the dumb shit I did, not all the dumb shit I did. I outlived the dumb shit. Shout out to all the old school.
Yeah. Shout out to Hussein right there for you don't get old, you outlive dumb shit. You know the acronym.
Hussein,
OLD.
Hussein quoted that.
Outlive dumb shit. Yeah. So
it's always the gut though. Like when you get in trouble for dumb shit, it's like something tells you don't do it, and then you're like, yeah, I think I'll be alright. And then you get in trouble. You're like, I should have fucking listened. You ever had that shit happen to you?
Fuck yeah.
There's consequences and repercussions for all your actions. I had a song I wrote called that and shit, like consequences and repercussions for all your actions. There's consequences and repercussions for all that. I forgot how it went, but I remember rest in peace to my cousin Jeremy. He passed back in 2018, but he got tattooed on him after I dropped that track. Consequences down this side of his arm and repercussions down this arm, and I was pissed because I was like, I was gonna get that shit tattooed on me and shit, like, cause I came up with this track and shit. His brother, it was at his studio. Shout out to my cousin, Mr. Creepy's Corner, Ghetto Zone Productions. You know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing. It was back when we was rocking with Obi Trice. We was doing shows with Eshawn, Psychopathic, all them and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was closing Harpo's. I was selling more. I'm gonna put it out there, dog. Fucking Gutta and Ghetto Zone Productions. Harpo's, we outsold Eshawn. And Ghetto Zone Productions got a headline and show after that. We was the ones running it. But this ain't about Gutta, but I just want to throw that out there real quick. Because I know Eshawn was just on there. And I salute Eshawn for what he said on there, how he played Kid Tail on there. Because he just got up, like, and he kind of like, he didn't let him, because Kid Tail didn't do his research on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't know who Eshawn really was. Like, he didn't know.
Like, could you imagine an interview where it's like you go on there and you got Too Short on there and it's like, okay, what song do you do?
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like. You know, everybody knows that. Or you go up to Ice Cube and be like, what song are you known for? You know, something like that.
Right.
Or even Hammer for that matter. You get Hammer on there and it's like, you don't even know Can't Touch This. You know, like,
no, that's a fact. Like, imagine if you had Brother Marquise on his show compared to Brother Marquise on our show. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, we actually got people that fucking rock with him. We been bumping that shit so we grew up on that shit. This motherfucker said his top, the shit that's on his playlist is Eminem, Tupac, and Biggie. I mean, how more generic can you get? That's his playlist.
Yeah. You're not throwing like a little bit of like, you know, some people, you know, like you didn't even throw Redman in there or something, like, you know, like just something that's like, you know.
KRL.
Oh, by the way, the best way to listen to hip hop is just hit shuffle.
DOC.
You know what I mean? Just let that shit shuffle, because otherwise it's biased. And you're like, oh, shuffle. Like, oh shit, I ain't heard this in a minute.
Spoon-fed to us now. Spoon-fed to everybody. Where it's like, you know, like we used to dig. We'd be like, oh shit, I want to find something that nobody heard of before. I don't want to hear that. You know, like
Shit,
I would
speaking
do
of
that.
influences in Philly hip hop, one of my like biggest influences when I was locked up is when State Property dropped, dog. When they were like blowing
Oh
the fuck
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and
They
they
were
dropped that
killing it.
album. I was in prison. I ordered that shit, the cassette tape. I was in the joint bumping that shit. Freeway, Beans, all them dudes, dog. They was killing that shit. I was
I
like,
used to
man.
imitate him.
Yeah, dog, I love that shit, dog. I still fuck with BDC. I still fuck with Freeway. I still fuck with all them dudes, dog. How was that, how was the Philly scene back then when they was doing that shit, like when the whole State Property shit dropped?
That shit was hard. Like I remember that summer, like they would have concerts here always, and Beanie Siegel was like, I don't know, he would always like get on the edge and like of blowing up, but then he would always get in trouble, like criminal charges would take him back down. I think if he didn't get in trouble like that, I think he would be a lot bigger artist, like alongside Jay-Z, because a lot of Jay-Z's like shit that he couldn't deal with, like Jadakiss. You know, he threw beans at him and shit. He couldn't deal with that, so he made beans go at him. You know what I mean? Philly saved Rockefeller, man, for
Shit,
a
you
minute,
see,
yo.
Kanye gave him $3 million. Kanye was like, I owe you this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I owe
yeah.
you this.
He said he didn't want it, I heard. He's like, I don't want it.
Yeah, I think he did say that. I'd have took that shit though. Fuck that, $3 million. Kanye, I'll take that $3 million. You know what I'm saying? But now Beans out there in Freeway, all them out. They always took me as real motherfuckers, and I was in the joint. So the music they was spitting, I was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started not liking Ja Rule. It had nothing to do with 50 Cent and Eminem. I didn't like him because when I got locked up was when he had dropped his first album, Veneveta Vici, and it was hard, and I'm bumping that shit. It was gangster. And so a second album, I'm anticipating that shit. You can only order 3 cassette tapes like every month. So I'm like, gotta pick. I'm like, damn, what 3 do I want to order? And I picked Ja Rule's new one, dog, and it was all, I hear J-Lo on there. I hear Ashanti on there. I hear all this singing and this sucker stroking shit. And I'm thinking like, damn, man, this ain't like what I want to listen to. I remember I sold it in there and shit. I slanged it in there like to somebody up in there like, yo, I got that new Ja Rule and shit. Fucking traded for some stamps and shit. Like,
holla.
Yeah, but it pissed me off though because I couldn't order. It was one of the tapes I picked. I usually never order new shit. I wanted to I always ordered like 3 old school classics that I know is gonna bang. That's gonna make me feel good in here, like some Tupac, some E40 and shit. I gotta bump it in a major way. One Love, like walking around the yard bumping this, like he's rapping like to me and shit while I'm walking through the Esham. Of course, I actually got up on Twisted in the joint, and I knew who House of Crazies was, which was the group that formed Twisted without ROC. But shout out to ROC, shout out Twisted. But I got up on them. Pontiac dude from Pontiac put me up on them in prison and shit. Fucking, I was bumping their shit, their first shit, and I was like, they got bars, like, not saying like, not dissing the juggalos, you know what I'm saying? But Twisted had bars, you know what I'm saying? They had bars.
And those Skino and Sparks and all them dudes.
Yeah.
Like the Young Gunners.
Do they got a juggalo scene out there in Philly? I'm sure they do, but do you?
Yeah. Out in the county, definitely. Especially when I was working like up in Exton and shit. Like when I was in Chester County, there's a guy. He had the Hatchet Man on him, who, like my ice cream man. Like I would get weed from him too. He's a cool dude. Yeah. He had that little Hatchet Man on him and shit.
Yeah, I remember I was in Fall River, Massachusetts, and right across from Rhode Island and shit, Newport Beach, Rhode Island. And my homeboy Matt, he was a few years older than me and shit. Rest in peace, Matt. But anyways, Matt, he wasn't like a big hip hop head. He bumped Latin freestyle and shit. You know what I'm saying, Matthew Casso and shit. He was bumping that Latin freestyle shit. But he would listen to rap with me and shit. But he went out there with me. Anyways, we seen a hatchet.
What, reggaeton?
Nah, he was in the.
It's more like It's not Chicano rap because like we have Chicano rap more out here in the West, but it was
it's
like
real big in like Texas. I know that it's real big in
Was
Texas.
it like they had the same beat on every song?
It's like
but
they sing to it like when I hear music, it makes me dance. And it's got like a beat. Shout out to
Change the
DJ
beat.
Angel Live. Check him out from Southwest Detroit. Southwest was real big on it because a big they call it Mexican town for a reason. I mean, shit, even though it's mostly Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, it's Dominicans, it's fucking everybody and shit. Fucking everybody. It's just a mixing pot. They call it Mexican town, and they got like a part. Blatonio was there. I took him down there, Mexican village and shit. We ate down there and shit. Authentic shit. Blatonio's
The Italian market in
spitting.
Philly turned to the Mexican market, basically same thing.
Yeah. But
all they gotta do is put an eagle in there. It's the same thing. The flag, you can't tell the difference. You know what I mean? You ever see the Mexican flag and the Italian flag?
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
So put an eagle in the middle. It's a Mexican flag now.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now
saving money, man.
Massachusetts.
We just
I
got
remember I seen this ride.
That's
Real quick, before I forget, because I just fucking two of these motherfuckers. But yeah, we seen the Hatchet Man, and we're in Boston, or not Boston. We was in Fall River. This was before we went to Boston. We was in Fall River, and I was like, I bet you they know what Southwest is. He ain't know a lot about ICP, none of that. I was like, don't say Detroit. I was like, just walk up to him and say, you're from Southwest, and see what they say. And he walked up to the ride and shit. And he was like, what up, dog? He was like, I'm from Southwest. And all of a sudden, they just, like, loved him, dog. It was like 4 of them. They was little chubby. They was kind of looking gothic a little bit. I ain't hating on nobody for being the way they are. They are who you are, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on nobody.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they was like looking kind of like, I would call them, I don't know what they call them today, dog, emo or something and shit. I don't fucking know. I don't want to say nothing incorrect and shit.
You can call
Get all
like
pissed off and shit.
alternative, kind of like
hot topic girls or hot topic.
Hot topic girls. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
okay,
alternative.
Like that.
Alternative, like
oh yeah, Southwest Detroit.
Like you spend all your parents' money in hot topic.
But yeah, long story short, they was like, whoop, 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 Southwest Detroit. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, that's what ICP did. You know what I'm saying? People say, well, okay, they ain't from Southwest Detroit. We all know that. But they ain't. Rude Boy is from Southwest Detroit. Rude Boy is Violent J's cousin and shit. Rudy and shit.
They used to ghetto pass, yeah.
Which I got stories for days from him. But anyways, that's what they did for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Southwest Detroit, because they made it so when you see that Hatchet Man and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what? They rep that shit. Fucking, they did the Southwest song. We was in Southwest Detroit bumping it. They did a track about Del Rey, a part of Southwest Detroit.
Drop a motherfuckers all the way to Del Rey.
And I mean, they was representing. They even wrote ICP right on the corner of the payphone and wrote it on their cover. A block from where I lived and shit, over on Vernon and Springwells, and I lived at 2385 Springwells, and I went up there to the corner and shit. I ain't gonna say what I did, but shout out to them for what they did. I seen them a little bit of what they said. I know Jumper and shit, and I salute them for shouting out the Dayton family and everybody and shit. They did show love for and shit on there, and Esham and shit. They did show love for, but yeah.
They get treated as a gang in jail, right? Like the Hatchet gang. If you had the Hatchet logo on you, don't they try to treat you as like a gang member now? Like because of that shit.
I don't know if
that's just so fucking stupid. If you like a band and you get like a tattoo of the you're in a gang now. Like
no, I don't think they're still looking at the Juggalos. I don't know if the feds are watching. I'm sure the feds are watching them because I'm sure they're just like
that was crazy.
We got the hip hop police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're watching. We know that. That's real. Believe that. I mean, people be like, they put those disclaimers up like we're using props in these videos, but then they don't know the feds and the cops. They can like pause your video and zoom in, and they can get serial numbers, shit like that. They can find out. And then I know some artists. I don't want to put them out there though and shit. You know what I'm saying? That they got caught up and raided by the feds over shit like that here in Detroit. But it's kind of fucked up. But I want to say free Gus from Southwest and shit. Shout out to Gus 049 Gus. They trying to do him like Young Thug, but on a lower level. He did a free Big Meats track on World Star and it went viral. And the feds he had a crew called 049. He was 049 Gus, and it was getting millions and millions of plays. And it wasn't his only one that went viral on on fucking World Star. He was like blowing up in Southwest Detroit, and he's a Puerto Rican dude. He had the afro and shit. He was going, he was killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was loving him. He's young. He was cool. They used to call me like ASAP Gus, but 049 Gus. I knew him when he was real little. He hung out with my kids, went to school with him and shit. I knew him when he was eating Cheetos and drinking juice boxes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Eating hot Cheetos and shit like that. But they got him locked up now on anything that any member of the rap group of that crew, you know what I'm saying, 049, like anything they did, they're putting it on Gus too and shit, which is, that shit's fucked up. It's kind of like how they're doing Young Thug, like that RICO Act, you know what I'm saying? Which 049
we
was
were
just
talking
a
a little
rap.
bit about this too, like different rappers like that, and I was gonna say Chester right there. You know, like it shows some people travel. You know, like for us over here, you know, X-rated right there, Gutter, but it was like X-rated. Didn't reach over there and you know, like Chester McFly's camp. So like I still gotta send you that too.
Oh yeah, and Brother
The
Lynch,
phone call. But he got busted ultimately for what we're talking about, of like what he
that's
rapped
crazy.
some shit that happened, and it was like, yeah, because you know, mama's daddy's nephews, you know, and then sparing you, you know, and the guy was spared in the house, and everybody
I got the dope up in the kitchen, got the body on the house, like some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
So now it's like, yeah, be careful what you say, because you know, also you don't want to jinx yourself. Imagine if you say something and then it happens. Yeah,
that's why I like what Fat Joe said. He said everything I said was a lie. It's all fabricated. Everything.
Hey, we all know that though, because we know he never wrote a day in his life. He ain't never wrote a rap. So I mean, if you got a ghostwriter, can't you technically you can say you lied in all your music because you ain't write it. You just rap.
I could tell a difference from his older raps to when
Pun
like
and Cuban Link and them used to write his music and shit. Then he got TA after Pun passed and shit. There's a whole story behind that, dog. We had Link on 3 times. We had Cuban.
he
on
blew up
shit.
for a minute though. Like I don't know, that Make It Rain, all that lean back shit, like that shit.
And we had Charlie, rest in peace, Charlie Rock
Yeah.
LD from Terror Squad. He's the one on the Big Pun album that Big Pun shouts out. He's like, yeah, I want to shout out Charlie Rock LD. He's already done 7 years and how many years in the joint, you know what I'm saying? With Terror Squad, OG, this and that. One of his like interludes on that album, Capital Punishment, was dedicated to Charlie Rock LD. We're getting real tight with him, and he passed, dog. He was doing real good and shit, you know what I'm saying? He was helping the community out and shit. He was doing good. He was out of prison and shit. He was trying to help kids. He was trying to help the whole neighborhood and shit in the Bronx. And fucking Fat Joe just kind of turned his back on him and shit. You know what I'm saying? After he used it, that's who put him on. That was his thug. When he wanted somebody hit back in the days, he hit up Charlie Rock like, yo, go do this.
Yeah.
Before he knew who BMF and Big
They say
was.
I heard Fat Joe wasn't even cool with like Big Pun. They didn't get along.
No, they didn't want Terror Squad wouldn't have been what Terror Squad it was and is if it wasn't for Big Pun said, I'm bringing Cuban Link, I'm bringing Triple Six, even Coney Sunshine, who we had a little bit of problem with, you know what I'm saying? But that's in the past. That's in the past. We ain't talking about Coney Sunshine right now and shit. But I'm just playing though. But nah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eshawn. But anyways, dog, yeah, but Terror Squad wouldn't even happen. It was Full Eclipse. Wasn't that the group's name with Big Pun, Cuban Link, Triple Six? And he just wanted Big Pun. And Big Pun was like, no, I'm bringing my homies and shit. And they never really got along. Like, there's a story behind how Cuban Link got the scar
I seen
on his
some.
face.
What's up with that video? Like, there's some video. You ever see that documentary where they try to make Big Pun look like he like was beating up his wife and shit? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you ever see that documentary? I seen this documentary. Yeah, they just like I don't know. It was like.
But you got to think the powers to be, dog. The powers to be. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to paint a picture and try to make you look bad. I ain't saying Big Pun didn't do it. I ain't saying he did it, but I wasn't there, so I really can't speak on this shit. You know?
Is it like he pistol whipped his wife or something?
You know, like sometimes you gotta understand, like Chris
Why
Rock
did they want that to all of a sudden come out? Why ain't that come out when Big Pun was alive and when he was blowing up and he was like fucking? He was that guy. You know what I'm saying?
And more dead than he is alive.
Believing a rich person like Bill Cosby, you know, He doesn't have to. Yeah, that's the story. But I went
It's
left field with
crazy, man. They erased his ass like in Philly. He was a god in Philly. That man, like he had pillars. When you go like to get on like the L and shit, there was like all these murals of him. Like Philly was like the first city they used to let people just do murals because we like I said we invented graffiti. So before that, they had murals of him, and then after that conviction,
Oh yeah,
painted
so
everything white.
immediately they didn't want to have any part of that. So oh wow,
Yeah, it was really crazy. And then I think Temple, I told you I seen him at a Temple game, man. Like I tried to get him to give me an autograph, and he's like, "Nah." I was like, "Will you like take a yeah? Will you take a picture with me?" He said, "Nah, I'll just shake your hand."
No. This I've heard about.
Kind of dick about
that doesn't make him what he's accused for. That's what I mean. See, that's what I'm saying right there. It's like I've heard like in the public relations department. Yeah, he's not a very nice guy, or depending what day you caught him on. But yeah.
But I just always thought it was weird when all these people who get in trouble for like these like rape crimes and shit. It's like always years later, and all these women all come out together, and they also happen to have the same lawyer. And nobody looks at that like that's shady, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think it's weird, you know what I mean?
Man.
Some of it might be true. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying the way the shit like comes out in the media, like when you see shit, it's just shady. You know what I mean?
Keyword.
It's like
media,
Cosby, like
the media.
he's like, yeah, Cosby's like, yeah. They said he was guilty, and all of a sudden they're like, oh well, something happened in the case, and they just let him go. You know what I mean? I think he had some dirt on somebody, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna release some shit. And they're like, all right, yo. They say he was trying to buy NBC.
That's
like real shit.
See, that was what it was. You took the words before I could even get into that, and it's kind of coincidental because like the timing fits right in there. You know, all these people been silent for all these years. Then all of a sudden we woke up. You know, like after they were knocked out. So how do you remember when like get knocked out? And now they coming out of the woodwork after he wants to buy NBC, and because he had his money right to afford it too, and they
just like Vince McMahon right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like all this shit. Like as soon as they sold like the company and they merged with the UFC, and then like made some deal with Netflix for like billions of dollars. All of a sudden, Vince McMahon, he's a rapist. He was a rapist.
Paying those fighters right, though, dog. He ain't paying those fighters right. Those fighters make a lot more money. If you look at how much boxers make, and you think of MMA fighters, dog, it's not even close. Like it's like crazy that MMA should be getting more money because I feel like that it's a huge sport, dog. It's probably the biggest sport in the world and shit worldwide.
That's Dana's fault. Dana robbing everybody. Dana White. He taking all that money, only giving them enough like to train.
Got an island
he barely giving up. Yeah, he buying islands and shit to have events, and they paying for like like when they do the fights and shit in Saudi Arabia, like those motherfuckers are getting paid.
Yeah,
you go over there.
He bought a fucking island just so he didn't have to follow the lockdown rules.
Yeah, you ain't ever seen that shit where they flew Eminem out for like one fight. They were like giving him a watch just for coming. He like walked in like, here, Eminem. And they gave him a watch and shit. You didn't see him at that event in like Saudi Arabia or something. He was at one fight.
This kind of stuff too that they do for people like where they
I think Ngannou fight when he fought Fury, and like Fury barely won.
Yeah, the Prince was there.
I like boxing
Saudi
too,
Arabia
man.
And shit. The Prince of Saudi Arabia was there and shit. I think short of that. Dr. Dre was there. Jimmy Iovine, Eminem. It was all.
Yeah, they give him a watch. They give everybody a watch.
I think that was the event. Yeah, that you're talking about. Yeah, right there. Gutta is like I think that's what he's talking about because I'm pretty sure because I remember it too. He was like hooked up.
Yeah. You didn't see him. You have that watch like holding it up.
Worldwide.
Yeah, he got hooked up. Yeah.
Look at how far hip hop took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Biggie Smalls. That was back in the days when he said that, and now just imagine. Look at it now. Like, going to getting watches from fucking these princes and kings and shit from other countries.
Hey, shout out to our Detroit royalty right there with Monte Cristo right there. MJ Diamonds right there.
Shout out to Monte Cristo. Yeah, get you a pair of his custom glasses and shit. They dope.
Yeah, I seen them. They look dope.
Red Team.
I had to say it just like would that be mentioned? Yeah, we kind of
Chinaman Records, rest in peace, Fresh Kid Ice. Shout out to Live Crew, Brother
He
Marquez.
needs a model or something to rock those glasses. I can't afford none right now, but
I need some.
Hey,
I need.
if you tell them Monte Cristo sent you, he
zirconium.
saves you $200. You say $200 if you tell them Monte Cristo sent you, but they cost. I think they cost like 1,100 or maybe 900.
It depends on the custom. There's a custom build, and then so there's a flat price, and then the custom build. But yeah, you'll have to do the research on it.
But yeah, check them out. MJ Diamonds, Monte Cristo, custom shades, Red Team, Miss Chalet, not Miss Chalet, but what is it?
Beats by Dre.
Beats by Dre.
Beats by Monty. I'm trying to remember the name too. I can't help you on that, my brother. I remember the name. It's like Michelle, something.
But they're Monte Cristo custom sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Red Team.
You look up Monte Cristo. You want the info on that? He got you hooked up. Yeah.
Go check out the Valentine's Day Massacre and shit. Monte Cristo got them on.
Yeah, I saw that episode. That was a good episode.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out Charlie Picasso, Nitso, Detroit Legends. And we got a lot of Detroit Legends coming, but tonight we talking Philly. We talking to Chester Mcflly in the building, y'all. I know y'all know Chester Mcflly, cause he's been on the show a few times. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know him, and you know him from being in the chat. So, but now we want to get to know more about you and shit. So,
behind it, yeah.
All right.
All right, Blatonio, go ahead. I'll let you go with the first question right now.
But on that right there, I was gonna say, okay, like old school hip hop. Do you go as far back as like Cool C and Steady B, like with Philly, or because I'm sure you're familiar
with the Cash Money.
I believe that was it. Yeah, it was like because CEB was a group they formed later on, but they were both like up and coming. But I just know since we were kind of on the note of like just different things where hip hop or rappers being accused of different stuff that happened.
Yeah, I was familiar, and he got in trouble for robbing a bank, right?
Yeah, and it happened to be like I was a Cool C fan. Steady B too. They had their was it Hilltop Records if I'm not mistaken or something like that.
They're playing them on Power 99 always. That's what I'm saying. Power 99 was that station back in the day.
Oh yeah, so you'd be hearing it and it'd be like so Cool C was probably playing on it, being the glamorous life, the glamour. But yeah, I was just wondering if like you go that far back. So that was pretty much like stuff that would play on the radio.
And like Schoolie D and shit, but like not so much on the radio. I would listen to him and shit though. And I told you I partied with that dude once. With my buddy Sid, like at when he had a gig on South Street and shit. I was just smoking him. He's a cool dude.
But that's what's up, man.
Schoolie D.
I really knew Schoolie D later on for that his song on the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You know what I mean? Like that was like probably his biggest hit. He probably got paid for that shit, for real.
Yeah, Brother King X was.
I am because the Sheikh Rula, Sheikh Zula. Remember? You want a trip? I'll give it
Brother
to
King
you.
X, because I know he's watching right now, but he had to watch he's watching the kids right now. He texts to let me know he's watching the kids right now, but he's watching us. He's with us.
Salute. Right now. What up, Brother King X? What up, homie?
And
but he definitely, we were talking about Philly hip hop, and he knew a lot of history, and he was talking about how New York rappers, like underground New York rappers, used to have to go to Philly to get deals because they couldn't get down with like the majors that was in New York, like Def Jam and labels like that back in the days. Like Philly was like the spot to go, and a lot of New York rappers used to come to Philly to rap and
That's true.
Yeah, we were speaking on that, and I wish he was here because I don't know the history on that, and I was wondering if
he's like I know we all know different things in it, but he's kind of like our historian and stuff when it come down to it. Like he'll know.
And Philly and New York are like only like really like 3 hours apart. I mean, 3 hours away. I mean, even depends how fast you drive, and people I've heard gotten there a lot quicker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not far. Yeah, it's like,
Shit,
you know.
Philly and Detroit ain't that far either and shit. I mean, we're fucking Philly's like in the
I
middle
got
of
family in Ohio. No, yeah,
New
I had a
York.
buddy when I was in Ohio. You know, buddy that was living in New York come over to Ohio. So it was like, yeah, it's a couple hours away.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went through. I
Pennsylvania's a
was in
big state. It
Pittsburgh and
touches
shit.
Ohio. Like I told you, Pennsylvania's pretty fucking big.
I need to get out there to Philly. I've been to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was dope. I went out there and shit, but I ain't been to Philly yet and shit. So.
Yeah, Philly's a lot bigger than
That's on my
Pittsburgh.
bucket list. Yeah, it's on my bucket list, man.
Pittsburgh reminded me of Del Rey, dog. That's what it reminded me of and shit. Like a big ass Del Rey and shit. Like a bunch of factories and shit. And like fucking shit like that. That's what Pittsburgh. But shout out to Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pittsburgh.
We had like a section for that. Like that's where Kensington used to be. Like that's where like all the junkies are now. It was like they had like that was like the workshop of the world. They used to make all the clothing here in Philadelphia until like everything went to China, and then all those like warehouses like closed down. Like it's like zombie town now up there. It's crazy.
Yeah, and actually, like, you know, we can go back to the video of that too. You know, of yeah, you sent me a video, and then I kind of did a voiceover and stuff like that. You know, so Kensington.
And that one,
that's the real deal. That's like typical.
5K challenge, yeah. The 5K.
Yeah, like the football one, you're playing football.
Look like football. Yeah, look like a football game. Hype. You know, like whoa. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks. It's crazy up there. Though. I told you.
Speak on that place. Yes, let them know about that. Because that video's up here and shit. I mean, y'all can check it out. I think it got at least over a few hundred views, maybe 1,000 around there and shit. So it's around there. So people been watching it. The hardcore.
They're like zombies up there. Like it's really weird, man. Like it used to be like a nice neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, like in the '90s, like people were like selling like Percocets from out of there, and then like everybody would go there and get their perks and shit. And then like people started selling like heroin there. So all the people who were on perks, they started doing like oxys. And then like next thing you know, everybody was just on heroin out there. And it was like right when we was like in Afghanistan. So that shit was coming in from Afghanistan. Everybody around here, because it was cheaper than the perks eventually. Everybody, all right, we can't afford this. And I told you, I got hurt, and then I started doing perks, and I couldn't afford it, and I started doing dope. I didn't shoot it, I snorted it, but still not good. You know what I mean?
Man, hey, we all learn from our mistakes, man.
Yeah.
We here today.
Like, I would go out there and shit, but like it was
clean, Chester Mcflly?
probably like about like I think like around that video, like around like 8 years.
Congratulations on that, homie. Salute.
Yeah. I don't really like counting like to the day. I think like, well, it's been like 6 years, 5 days, and 6 seconds since I got fucked up. I think that's a recipe for disaster. And I tell people, I'm like, whatever works for you, that's cool. But like, I can't do
We're all
that.
slaves of time. You know what I'm saying? Time is man-made.
I think, because then you're almost jinxing yourself when you say that. It's like almost, because like a lot of times we've seen so many people do that, go back and
Yeah.
It's like just okay, good. Back in the day, I haven't done it in a long time. That's yeah,
that's how I look at it. Like I don't do that shit.
Well, let's get back to the neighbor, that hood. What's it called again?
Oh yeah, Kensington, Philadelphia. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like so like I got addicted to shit. I used to have to go up there every day, and like when I lived in like Bruin, like in Delaware County, I would tell all the kids like, oh, you don't want to go up there. It's real dangerous. And I would ride my bike up there, and I would end up getting like free shit. I'm like, well, I'm not going up unless you throw me like 5 Johns. I ain't doing that. I ain't going. And then everybody just give me this shit. And I would do this every day for a minute. You know what I mean? And but yeah, it just got bad up there. And then when I got clean, like I heard they started putting like tranquilizers in there and that shit. Like I don't know if you ever heard of that crocodile or crocodile.
Crocodile. Yeah, like it was popular in Russia, and then it's made its way over here. Yeah.
It's here in
They don't call it
Philadelphia.
train, do they? Do they call it train?
Yeah, train, exactly.
And it's supposed to be stronger than fentanyl?
Yeah, you go up there and you just see people looking like missing body parts, like young, like if they're part of a war. Like this shit's it's crazy.
Oh man.
And people, they have like groups on Facebook that say like missing people of Kensington because people just go up there and they never come back.
Dog,
Like
I
some
googled
people,
that shit. That what the name of that shit was, and it said that in the New England area from 2018 to 2022, I think it said 80% of ODs was from that shit being mixed in the drugs, and it
yeah,
just hit Michigan like over the last few months, like all in Michigan from Detroit all the way on up to the Upper Peninsula and shit. It hit all the way through the state and shit. Just over the last few months, there's something going on. But yeah, no, they call it trank and shit, and it's like it's
Yeah,
fucked up. Like that
cranking.
fentanyl shit's
yeah.
fucked up. Like that shit's like an epidemic. That shit. I heard that it's been made up. It's been considered now it's a weapon of mass destruction. Biden made
Yeah.
it a weapon of mass destruction, fentanyl. So now they trying to use this trank shit, which is supposed to be even stronger than fentanyl, and they're using it on the dope and shit. So people, y'all just need to stay off drugs, man. It ain't safe no more. That shit ain't safe. Smoke weed, man. Drink. So you know what I'm saying? It's not safe, though. Like it ain't.
That's why I
Like
got
even for
prescribed
the,
weed. That shit saved my life.
that's what I was gonna say. Like even for the recreational, like oh, I haven't done it. Fuck it, this weekend I'm gonna. That line could kill you. You know, like now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. It
you know what
happened
the hell?
to didn't I tell you about that?
Yeah.
No, like my girl's mom, like she worked with some lady and her son like just bought weed like off the street and had fentanyl and he overdosed.
That was on the
Yes,
news here
weed on
that
the
they
street
busted a
side.
truck
So it's the
bringing that had weed that was getting brought here that was laced with fentanyl. That there was a party and like 4 people died in there, and the only thing they had in their system was weed and fentanyl, and that's all they were smoking. They was young, like young teenagers and shit, and then they
yeah.
busted a van load of it and shit, and that's crazy. That's why I fuck with the dispensaries. Shout out to the Flower Boy, like I said.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Go get you some that murder mint weed down there. It's on M Monroe right now, but it's getting in all Michigan dispensaries from Big Hurt. And Trick got his own thing. Get you edibles. Get you some shrooms, man. Shrooms is clean. I took the shrooms
Yeah, they sell
back
them
in the
at
days.
dispensaries up
Detroit
your way. Like in
Huh?
Detroit, you could get shrooms at dispensaries.
Yeah, they're legal here. Shrooms are legal here in the state of Michigan. We have a festival every year now. I didn't know this till this year when shroom. My brother called me like, "Yo, they got shrooms at the dispensary." He moved to the other side of the state, by Grand Rapids, and he was like, "Yo, yeah," like kind of by towards Chicago. He's like an hour out of Chicago, and he was like, "They got shrooms here. I just grabbed some shrooms," and he took some pictures of it to me and shit. And then shout out to DetroitDicks.com, get a bag of dicks. You know what I'm
Our
saying?
sponsor.
Yeah, our sponsor here at the Hood Smoker Podcast. Uh, they I they got them in gummies. They got them in different things like uh, edibles. Kind of, that's
I
like
told
taking
you
an edible. You know what I'm saying? But it's shrooms, and
that's
I
what
was
saved my life. Like
I felt good
psychedelics.
as hell. I took it. I ain't gonna lie. I almost thought about taking a pack tonight and shit, but I'm like, damn, if I take one tonight, I'm gonna be up all night tonight, probably all day tomorrow, and then fucking, I'm gonna probably want to sleep all day the next day, and I ain't gonna make it to work on Monday and shit. And I gotta make it to work on Monday and shit. So, and I ain't want to be all fucking drugged, but you know, low key, when I took the shrooms, it was like I slept so good. But I slept like 16 hours straight.
Yeah,
But I
yeah, that
woke up.
happens.
Yeah, I
But you
woke
need
up
that shit
good.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
felt good,
refreshes
like
you.
refreshed and shit. Like I felt like everything was just like it cleansed my system and my mind and shit and all that. Like I felt good. Like I didn't wake up feeling drowsy or groggy and shit. Like I felt good. Like yeah, I fuck with the shrooms. It's legal here in Michigan. Let's get it legal everywhere, dog. You know what I'm saying? And let's get
Yeah, they.
cannabis fucking decriminalized and you got y'all don't got recreational in Philly, right?
No, we got
Just medical.
medical
Well,
only.
you're on your way.
But
You'll have.
but Jersey got recreational. You know,
Okay.
I'm going to So Jersey's like right across the bridge. It's not far.
Yeah, I see a lot of people from like Ohio that be at the dispensaries when I go there, and like I've even seen Pennsylvania place. I've seen Virginia. I've seen Illinois, Indiana at the dispensaries. They come here because it's recreational. You don't need a card, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
how we
what I'm
did it
saying?
right here too in Tucson. So yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to jail to get my card. Real shit.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about. Yeah.
Yeah, I had this asshole PO, and like he was just always on my dick. I failed my drug test, and then he put me in jail, and then I had to go to rehab after that shit. And then like when I was at rehab, I told him about how my dad died and shit, and they're like, "Oh, you got PTSD?" I'm like, "Yeah, can you write that down for me?" And he's like, "All right." And then after I left, I went to a weed doctor, and then I had them contact the rehab. They didn't want to send it for like a month. They just kept delaying it and delaying it. But then they finally send it, and that's how I got my weed card. So I had to. My PO, he dropped me my PO after that. Like, he was a dickhead, and then as soon as I got my weed card, he didn't want to have nothing to do with me. And he gave me like this chick, and then my life was a lot better after that.
Well, that's good.
No, I definitely support cannabis in any way form. If it's definitely better to me. It's just, I mean, it's helping in any way. I mean, it's legal. It's not no hard shit, and get it from the dispensary so you ain't got to worry. I ain't trying to dog anybody that's out there hustling, doing their thing, but I'm just saying that they putting fetty.
Plus, you get points.
Bullshit.
You get points at your dispensaries?
Yeah, points. Yeah, you get. You go there every day for like a week, and then you get fucking free ounce or something at the end of the week and shit. Like,
I be getting free weed all the time. Like, I bring it.
And they be throwing you free shit like here's a free roll up, here's a free weed tray, here's a free grinder, here's a free this, and every
give me a free battery and shit. Yeah.
Different having different events going on and shit, little events like 420 events and all that, which is coming up 420. We got Enough Said from the music shop out here and shit. So DJ Enough Said, that'll be a dope episode on 420.
That was my old address, like for the longest time, 420.
No
and then
shit.
like when I got older, everyone's like, "Oh, your address is 420." I'm like, so I didn't know. And then like when I started smoking and shit, I remember like I would always say like, yeah, I would say like Johnny D 420 when I started rapping and shit. And people would be like, yeah, why are you call yourself 420? I'm like, that's my fucking address. That's all. Like I'm not just trying to be a poser like you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that was just my address.
No, it was
just cool.
That's what, yeah, that's pretty dope.
That 420 is where I live, and every time I smoke.
Yeah. So what's in the work for Chester Mcflly, man? Just like we're going totally like just wherever we go. But I was gonna say,
yeah,
like you're doing great with your channel and everything that we've been, definitely if you guys haven't put a like or subscribe to it, you need to do that now for Chester Mcflly right here.
I'm dropping in the chat right now.
But what do you got in the works also?
Yeah. I just did that freestyle, but like I just want to start like recording music again, and I don't know, like I'm down to collab with whoever, and if I think more people, I haven't had a chance to really put my music out there like that, so I think now's the time. Like you said, Killer Mike got the Grammy at 40. You know what I mean? I'm 40. Like, why not? Fuck it, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And everything I've been doing so far, like since I like changed my YouTube name to Chester Mcflly, the shit been blowing up. So like, and then like ever since like I linked up with Blatonio and then the Hood Smokers, like I think shit's been like really blowing up for me, and I think the show's been doing good too, and like everybody's just growing. You know what I mean? No Diddy.
Well, we appreciate you, my brother. That's what I'm saying. Like yeah, that's definitely, that's why we wanted to cover it in all angles and definitely give you a good spotlight right here. Because, I mean, we rock with you. We know you rock with us, too. So that's why I was like, we wanted to cover all bases. Anything you want to talk about, you could just take it, even if we talk about something else different, take it where you want to go, man. It's your interview. So that's why I was like, if you have like some comedy things in the mix, let us know about that. We want to know everything, So the music, you're looking at getting back in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm trying to put like a green screen back here, like, and have like a little like studio where I can make stuff look a lot better. I used to do shit like with the green screen. I used to like a fake weatherman. I had like a skit on my channel like early on. You can see it. It's funny, but people like that shit on like on Facebook and shit. But like they weren't paying me nothing, and I could see that I can get close to being monetized, even though I think like YouTube lies about the numbers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They play games. Yes. The further you get closer you get to it, the higher it goes up, it seems. It's like, damn, you told me I only had to get to 1K. Then it's like, damn, I gotta get to 2.5. Okay, and then you get to 2.5. It's like, damn, you gotta get to 5K. Like, fuck. All right, get to
It's kind of
5K,
like
and it's like they
the
just,
proverbial carrot, so to speak. You know, like
But they
got the
said
carrot,
like
dangling the carrot. Hey, yeah.
But they said like the short views, like they said like
yeah.
get like 4 million or 10 million short views. Well, that one short I did had like 16 million views, and then I go there and it says
17 now.
I only have like I said I had like a million like short views or whatever, and like on the app the YT Studio. So like the numbers just don't match up. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you say, yeah.
No, you
Yeah,
good.
we got Chester Mcflly in the building.
Chester Mcfly right here in the place to be. Most
You want to
definitely.
talk about like how we met and shit?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. And
Yeah,
actually,
let's
first
bring
let
up
me ask
our
you like a
let's bring
realistic
up let's
question.
talk about our old friend and how he's like brought a whole community kind of
Can you name
together.
5 songs by him first? Can you name some?
Just to go cry, just to go cry,
Oh,
just
you
to
can't
go
use
cry.
that one. That's always been our thing. You know that. But
Yeah, no,
how
I can't.
Just to tell lies,
All right.
just to tell
Now
lies,
we want to
just
get
to
into
tell
it.
lies.
But how we met? Yeah, go ahead, my brother. Yeah, go ahead and let yeah. Like for real, we rock with Smith Fly.
I've heard like 5 of his songs, but I can't name them. You know, let me be honest with you.
Can you name
Yeah.
3 though? Without just to get by.
No, just get by. And without blast. And without blast.
And not part of being a group or a hype man.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
it
about
can't be solo songs. Yeah, it can't be yeah.
I can't say keep 'em high or whatever, get 'em high. The Kanye song.
No,
What was that song? Keep
that
'em
one
high.
don't count. That one don't. The
No,
Kanye
it
song
can't be
don't count.
collabs. But however, watch, I'm gonna help you one. We talked about it. Christmas song. I don't even know the title.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know the
know
title either. That's the same.
Nobody's won this yet,
yeah,
dog. We've been asking people this since the shit been happening, and no one's won it. We've had legends on here, and they don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if that's really him in the video or not.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Yeah, we were discussing that. Yeah,
because there was no video on Apple Music and then on his
Jigsaw, I
YouTube.
heard
It
got
wasn't
him and shit. I heard something about Jigsaw had him and shit. I seen that over there on the People's Parody and shit. Check that out with Telefit Kuala.
They
Well,
say
it brought he kind of brought a whole community together. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause people found out how real everybody was and how he was on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like talking shit to people that wasn't doing his research on. It was just if you didn't agree with what he was saying, he just started
you're a
slamming
Nazi.
it. Yeah, or a Nazi supporter. He called us a Nazi
Yeah.
supporter. Because we was having Vicious on. Shout out to Kid Vicious at Alien Gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rap God X. Before shout out to the whole Alien Gang. But yeah, he started hating on us because post under Kid Vicious shit that we commented under. Next thing you know, we're getting tagged in Talib shit, calling us Nazi sympathizers and Nazi whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, man, fuck you, this and that, because he couldn't call us Nazis, because you know you got Brother King X, who's a part of the Nation of Islam here, and you know he was like he kind of like disrespect. He can't really disrespect the nation. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know what happened to Master Splinter with that situation. We don't want to speak on it because Brother King X ain't here, and it ain't in my right to speak on that. But
that's funny.
But Talib, he helped us out. One video he let ride of ours, it got like to 12K in an hour, blowing all his other shit off, and he took it down. The next one, it just blew up to his channel, blew up, and it got to like, it was like 500,000 views and shit before his channel got took down. And it's still on Facebook. You can still, because all his Instagram went
yeah.
He just don't be on Facebook and shit, like, because. And plus, I
don't think he runs that profile. I think that's like some management group running that shit. I don't think that's him because like he doesn't interact with anybody. And I said all kinds of crazy shit on there, and I've never gotten a response.
No, I liked all your comments and shit that I seen.
Typical how people would respond. Yeah.
But on Instagram, like I don't know if you heard what happened with me and him. I was on Instagram and he was saying like Joe Rogan is a racist. Joe Rogan, he was just coming at Joe Rogan all crazy. And I'm like, but everything you're saying about Joe Rogan, like you've done, like you're just a hypocrite. And then he got like real mad at me and started. But he started like coming at me and like, and I don't know, and then like he got real mad and then started like tagging my friends in comments and then like every day pinning me in his comments. Like it was real crazy for a while. Like you remember that, Blah?
Yeah, I do. Cause well, if it weren't for him, like you said, he linked us together right there, and I'm very thankful.
Ryan Glover,
Yeah, me
Rapping
too.
God. And
Yeah,
we was
yeah,
already
Ryan
linked
Glover.
up with Kid Vicious, so shout out to Kid Vicious, because if it wasn't for Vicious, Talib wouldn't even been on our radar, you know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden we got Vicious coming on the show, you know what I'm saying? And it's at the time that he's going at it with Talib, and it's like, okay, like we gonna roll with the Alien Gang all day. This is family, this is Kid Vicious and shit, this family, this Detroit, we gonna ride with Vicious. So he started tagging us with everything with the Alien Gang, and got Kid Vicious shit took down. His shit went down for a minute.
Yeah,
Came back.
he did that to me too.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't tag you and shit. Like I can tag you, but I can't add you as a collaborator. Same thing with the homie Monte Cristo. Shout out Monte Cristo.
On Instagram, right?
Yeah, I can't add you
Yeah,
as a collaborator.
yeah. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, because like, all right, so basically, like Talib said, like he said, I'm a Nazi, right? Because I disagree with him pretty much.
And why don't you tell him what you are?
My mom is Jewish and my dad's Italian, like from Italy. So like, I was telling them like, and then his parents, like that's how my grandparents met. They were running. He was when the Italians changed sides on the Axis and they joined the Allies. The Nazis were just slaughtering them in the streets. So my grandmom hid my grandfather, so like he wouldn't get killed by the Nazis and shit. You know what I mean? And then they had my father, and then they came here. So like, he's calling me a Nazi and shit. I'm like, well, you know, I'm Jewish. Yeah. And then this motherfucker starts saying, oh well, there's this one Jewish Nazi. If you look at this, and he's like trying to give me like some report on Google, like some one guy who was Jewish who was a Nazi. I was like, this is like, what the fuck is your point? You know what I mean?
There's something about somebody who copies and pastes too. That's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, like I don't know. To me, that was something that struck me about him was like when he copies and pastes like that, and you got all that, and it's like, okay, you can't write your own like info right there. You know, he'll do that, and you know it came from Wikipedia or some shit like that.
And he's still MIA and shit. So I'm thinking that they had a intervention. Is what I'm thinking. Intervention.
Possibly.
I think he got banned. I really think he got banned.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because he was going back and forth with me.
She said she just subscribed. Chester Mcflly. I got your YouTube pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. He's over 50K. Let's get him to 100K, y'all. Let's get roll to 100K. Chester Mcflly. He already over 50K. Now it's 100K. It's the next one. You gotta get it.
Yeah, man. So like,
well, let's get back into our little
I got you on my page too. I got Blatonio Todd on my page, and I got the Hood Smoker. So
yeah, salute. I gotta get Southwest Word, my engineer, in here to do that. I'm like a little computer illiterate. I got screens with shit playing all around me, and it's like I gotta have him.
I watch YouTube videos. Like I don't have to do shit. I watch a YouTube video and I ask people. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how I learn shit. You know.
Right.
Or I get my girl.
The news is on some bullshit. I watch the news in the morning to see what the weather's gonna be like and shit. Like fucking like, and they usually wrong on that too and shit. So it's like fucking, like we've been having snow and shit. It was yesterday we got hit with it like 3 inches and there was accidents everywhere. People sliding everywhere and shit. Fucking, I almost got hit by a truck that was spinning out and shit. Fucking, I ran up on the curb and shit. My car's already fucked up and shit. Fucking. Got a new whip coming here in a minute and shit, but
sounds like here it's been raining here, like flash flooding everywhere, and then it got real cold. It's crazy. I had to walk to the store real fast before I did the show, and like I barely made it back.
Damn.
We had the homie Dice on here. He was at the bar, then he went to the store, then he went to the crib, went to the studio, he was all over the place. He was clowning the whole episode. He was on for like 4 hours. We probably could have went all night if we wanted to and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could have easily.
Dice and Cuban Link, I think, was the longest episodes we had. Was Dice and Cuban Link. We could just go all night. Cuban Link could talk all night too. He got a million stories and shit. He told some stories about Detroit that have never been told before and shit. Right here on the Hood Smoker Podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to catch us live. Because we don't clip everything up and shit, but we do clip some stuff.
Shout out to Cuban right there. Yeah.
And we got some dope guests coming too and shit. But that right now we got Chester Mcflly, Philadelphia, in the building. Shout out to Philly. But
absolutely,
we were talking about our homie that's MIA right now. That like how we all linked up and shit. Like he kind of like.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So then I don't know. Like I think like you hit me up and I think and then Ryan Glover hit me up around the same time.
Yeah,
and,
it was pretty close to the same time. Yeah. Like,
and then like you know what I mean. I had a lot of people telling me like like Ryan Glover's like, yeah, I'm black. He's calling me a Nazi. Like this guy's fucking nuts. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And shout out Ryan Glover.
And I was scared. Yeah, shout out Ryan Glover. I was scared because, you know, to me, I used to listen to Talib Kweli because I was a huge fan of Dave Chappelle, and I would watch like the Dave Chappelle block parties. So like I used to listen to Talib. So for him saying shit to me, it's like this guy's gonna like kill me. Like people are gonna believe this dude. Like who the fuck is Chester Mcflly? You know what I mean? They're gonna believe this like guy, and he's gonna kill me and make me sound like I'm a racist because, like, Talib Kweli said it. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm fighting back.
Yeah.
So I started fighting back with him and shit and calling him out. And I literally told him, like, if he comes to Philly, like, what's up? We can see what's up.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I just remember reaching out first of all, it's like you remember my exact words was like welcome to the club. I was like
we had Vicious on here, and like Vicious said, that's why he dropped that diss track. He was like, I wasn't gonna do it, but he was like, I know he ain't coming to Detroit, so I ain't never gonna see him in Detroit. So he was like, fuck it, I dropped it on his ass, and he got mad about talking about his mom. He tried to like slander Vicious' name for talking about his mom, but if you go back to hip hop, I mean, you got Yo Mama. They even made an MTV joke show fucking called Yo Mama. Yo Mama jokes has always been a part of like hip hop and capping on each other. We used to call it capping on each other in Detroit and shit. Like you cap on each other and Yo Mama's so fat and Yo Mama's this and that. You know what I'm saying? And shit.
Yeah, his mom was like a professor too. Like, so like, and that's probably where he learned all his like racism from. Where he like, if you don't agree with me. Yeah, he's from Ohio. I said that shit.
Suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio, and shit, representing Brooklyn and shit, because who most deaf and shit. So
gross.
Yeah,
gross.
That dress.
That's gross. Yeah. Anyway. Just had to address that.
Right. Well, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you really addressed
that.
Shit still got me fucked up. I don't even like talking about it. I don't even want to think about the picture and shit. All that shit don't.
He's bringing Moon Boots back, he thinks.
There was a movie Mos Def was in. That was my shit. What was that? It was like a gangster flick and shit. He was in a gangster flick. I think they robbed a banker or fucking something. They robbed something and shit. And he was like the driver and shit. And he was like, they wore masks and shit. Fucking
he just act scared the whole time. That's probably just like a scary dude.
Yeah, he was a little scary and shit. He acted kind of crazy. He had a big homie with him and shit. Yeah, they got like trapped in a room and shit that was bulletproof. And they was shooting the guns off and the bullets was bouncing around and shit. They couldn't get out. I forgot the name of the movie and shit, but yeah, and Mos Def was in. He was in Ace of Spades, right? With Alicia Keys was in it.
No, that's Common. That's Common.
Common was in that.
Yeah.
Damn it! One of them conscious rappers was in it and shit. Damn it! I don't know this shit. I wasn't a big conscious rap. My bad. I was a reality rap fan. Wicked shit, gangster rap, whatever you want to call it. And shit.
You weren't a conscious rapper?
Yeah, I wasn't. I knew about. Just to tell lies, because I was in prison and the video came out, and it was all over MTV and shit. And I was in Marquette, and that's way up in the top of the UP, and it's all country. We didn't even, they wouldn't even let us get BET, but we got MTV and VH1. But VH1 wasn't playing hip hop at the time, so we had to watch our hip hop videos on MTV, which sucked. But that was one they played a lot.
You didn't have like a channel like 48, like in Philly we had like this channel 48 that used to have like hip hop on. Like they had like it was a ghetto channel. Like you had to turn up like the notch.
In the woods, in the middle of
That's not
nowhere.
like for over here we have KXCI, which would play some just like random, like, whoa, this is phenomenal. You know?
Yeah, we had ECW on a channel like that. I used to watch
We
all the
did
time.
get we were able to pick up HBO if you get an old school box and hook it up to your TV, an old school cable box, and hook it up to your TV. We could pick up HBO, so I was able to watch Sopranos, The Wire, shit like that when it was first coming out and shit, which was dope and shit. I thought was, and I watched the Tyson fight against fucking what's his name from London. What's his name from
Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis.
I was mad as fuck watching
Lewis.
that fight, dog.
He's really underrated. He's underrated.
Yeah, I was so mad watching that fight, dog. I had money on Tyson too and shit, and fucking Tyson was looking like he was just a punching bag, dog. Like Lennox Lewis was just using him for a punching bag. He wasn't like, he was just getting binked up. He was taking it.
Tyson, he only has a 3-round like mentality. If he can't beat you in 3 rounds, he beat himself.
He has so much power, dog, and speed even today. What do you think about him fighting who's it, Jake Paul?
Oh,
I think it's fixed. Fuck no.
You think Tyson?
That's a payday right there. I would think
he's not getting Tyson in his heyday of like his ultimate thing. So you know, like it's like, you know,
I think they should scrap it out for real. You right? Because Jake Paul's young. Yeah, he's got some. He's boxed.
It's a lose for him. How's he gonna win? If he beats Mike Tyson up, oh, Mike Tyson's too old. If he loses to Mike Tyson, he's a pussy. You know what I'm saying?
So it's a lose-lose. Yeah, that's why I look at it too. Yeah, so
lose for Jake Paul.
You're not getting if he lived, you know, like if it was back when he was fighting Lennox Lewis, or you know, like just all the different ones. Yeah, he'd be knocked out in the first round.
He was my favorite boxer when I was a kid. I used to watch Mike Tyson fights with my dad always.
Yeah, I've got so many memories watching Tyson fights, dog, growing up and shit. Tyson was that guy. Like, I consider him part of hip-hop, just like we was talking with from Detroit, but moved to New York.
Miss Blood Green. Miss Blood Green? Yeah, Miss Blood.
Yeah.
Miss Blood Green, yeah. Like, my favorite opponent of his ever, you know, just because he had the gift
He
of the
didn't get knocked out either. He went the whole distance with Mike, and he was a street dude.
But Mike Tyson beat him up in the street.
Yeah, fucked him up in the street.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He whooped his ass.
Yeah, he looked all fucked up in the face, all blew out and shit.
Yeah, like, hey, well, put your glasses back on. So,
right. Yeah. But he went up the distance, was the only fighter to go the distance. That's that street, you know what I'm saying? That's what Mike had.
We almost had him on. We almost had Mitch Blood Green on with him.
He was Blatonio.
He went far with that one dude too. Riddick, was it not Riddick? That guy from Jamaica. The guy he fought. Riddick, what? Not Riddick.
Also
Tyson fought some dude from Jamaica that was tough as fuck, and they went for a long time too.
I know the Buster Douglas one. He talked shit about. He said he had trained one day. He just went in there. He was all fucked up. It was during the divorce and all that shit. He ain't give a fuck about the fight. And that he didn't train one day for that fight against Buster Douglas, so it didn't count.
I feel like he didn't have real friends looking out for him.
No, he didn't. He didn't have the right people around him. He was getting money, and he was going around there. That's why he was tight with people like Tupac. Didn't have the right people around him either and shit. You ask me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I look at that's a good point. I look at King and Suge Knight pretty similarly. You know what I mean?
Suge Knight's supposed to be getting out.
Don King, think about it. Don King and Suge Knight are pretty similar. Don King killed people too. You know what I mean? They're very similar.
I heard Suge was threatening Snoop about death row and shit. And Suge's supposed to be getting out. he had got 28 years, so he's supposed to be getting out. Only thing I can think of is because the Keefe D trial coming up, that maybe he's gonna testify or the Diddy shit. Maybe he got some info on Diddy. Yeah, I know he said he never rap,
Oh,
but
they say like, and then they was friends too, though. Like they say, call it? Snoop and Diddy were friends because their kids went to school together and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Snoop's name's been.
And then oh yeah, you didn't see that video that Daz was saying that? Daz was saying,
Daz,
yeah.
Daz has been going in.
I heard a little bit about. Yeah, I heard a little bit. I haven't seen the video, but yeah.
He was
Daz goes live
you know,
on Instagram talking shit.
And he's like, you notice? Yeah, he said your kids went to school together. He said, you hear all this stuff about this. That's supposed to be your boy, your friends. Why aren't you speaking up for your boy?
Yeah,
huh?
I seen that.
It's like, why is Snoop being real quiet all of a sudden?
Why ain't you? Yeah, and he had a picture of like Snoop and Diddy hugging each other, like arms around each other. He's like, where you at now? Why ain't you sticking up for your boy Diddy now and shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
It is. That's the mainstream. That's the industry. I guess you know what I'm saying. There's that what Ice Cube calls it the club. Certain people call it the
That's why, like during that time, like you were talking about, they started making like with Ja Rule, they started making like all these artists have to have like a love song and like have a club song and like why they make rap music? Let them fucking make the music they make. Why I gotta do this like shit? You know what I mean?
Make the music. Make music for yourself. Something you love. If you love it, someone's gonna feel it out there. The people gonna love it. If you don't love it, then people ain't gonna love it and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love that shit. Make music for it. Actually, Rick Rubin said that. Like, you gotta make music that you love. Like, if you don't love it, then how you expect the streets to love it and everybody else to love it?
Yeah, I agree. But I think Rick Rubin made a trash album for Eminem, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know the one you talk about. Yeah. True. Yeah.
Hey, 99 Problems was the shit, though. I was locked up when that came out, too, though. I was like, okay, this is hard. Jay-Z's another one they've been bringing up a lot with the whole Diddy situation.
Yeah. I heard he be sharing his wife. They say I've been watching videos. The one, what should we call it? Consequence was talking to Jaguar Wright.
Consequence. I was talking to Consequence and Jaguar Wright on Instagram. Shout out to them.
Yeah, and he was saying, she was saying that like he just shares his wife, lets anybody have her and shit, and there's like all kinds of,
Man.
They be doing weird stuff in the back rooms.
I'm stealing your lingo for a minute.
Prepare to be pegged. Hey, I see. I was shout out to Panda Chop and Cuban Link. I was just watching one of their videos. They said something about who were they talking about? I think it was Benzino. They said something about the pegging shit and Cuban Link. I'm gonna quote Cuban Link. He said, "Oh, he was getting beluga," and because I left in the comments, I was like, Cuban Link said he's getting beluga, like fucking, you know, because he calls Fat Joe the beluga whale. TA said he walked in. TA was his ghostwriter and shit. And fucking after Pun passed, and he walked in on Joe getting paid, and Joe was looked at him was like, "You don't want to like participate." TA just stormed up out of that bitch. He's been putting all that Panda Chop got it all up on his shit. Shout out to Panda Chop News, man. Go check him out. It's Panda Chop Chronicles now and shit. Because he was up there. He got over. Be careful, because when you get high, dog, they really are the haters are gonna really start coming out more and more. Because he got up there real high, and he's now starting with another channel, and he's already got like 1,000 in the last month and shit. But it's growing fast and shit. He'll get his same amount back, but they demonetized him because fucking he was going at, you know, the beluga whale, Fat Joe, and all them and shit. Fucking, he was going at the powers to be. So
yeah, it could work for or against you, because like we had our little beef where it's like it worked, you know. Yeah.
Dog, I had Tony Sunshine's manager in my fucking inbox, like a female, like for every fucking like, dog. I had so many messages, and he's saying the same shit over again. And it's like, first he hit me up trying to be cool, trying to be like, don't have a Cuban Link on there, this and that, trying to be all cool about it. And it was like, just told him to fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we rock with Cuban Link, dog. Like, nah, Tony Sunshine can come on and defend himself. We always gave Tony, even Blatonio.
I'm like, what are you gonna say though? Like to make this guy not come on my show? Like you gonna give me money or something? Like what are you trying to do?
They're willing
Exactly.
to
We
do
were
that.
wondering about that. It's like even still, you know, like it's not.
That's
How
I'm
what
not saying I would
blackballing
take
is.
money. I'm not saying that. I'm like, what can he say to you? Like to have like somebody come on. How's he gonna stop you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, then the threats started coming and shit. And,
That's
you
when
know,
the
I ain't gonna mention the other people, but other people that was rock with Cuban Link was getting threats and hitting me up and shit. And I was like, man, don't even sweat that shit, dog. Fuck that. And we didn't even bring it up the first time we had Cuban on. Like we didn't get into it. We're gonna talk music. Second time we talked music. We talked a little bit about it. Third time it was just like fuck this, dog. Dude needs to be silenced. Blatonio dropped a diss track on him and shit. Fucking we just went in on him and next thing you know they got us blocked. Tony Sunshine blocked us. His manager blocked us. All Fat Joe, all of them blocked us and shit. So it is what it is. We went to war with the Terror Squad. But shout out to and rest in peace to Charlie Rock LD, original member of the Terror Squad, not the rap group Terror Squad, but the street gang that was out there on the streets for real. Terror Squad, who went to the joint for Joe, and Joe didn't look out for him when he got out. Rest in peace. Shout out to Ox Soprano. Shout out to Alex, his brother, who came on the show. We had a show dedicated to him after he passed because he was real tight with us and shit. We were rocking real tight with him. He had his podcast going. In the yard, well, not in the yard. What was it called? Was it in the yard? Or keeping it real. I forgot, dog. But he had his podcast. You know what I'm saying? He had Underboss Records, and he had MCs under there. He was putting on. He was helping people out in the city and shit.
Yeah.
Big Pump.
On a black hole. We mentioned, you know, like hearing about it too, and damn it.
He said Fat Joe used to bring Cuban Link, all them dudes up there. Cuban Link even said this on our show that they would go up there. They didn't know Charlie Rock LD from the streets, but Fat Joe would bring him up there to visit him, kind of as like like look who I got, who will fuck you up when he gets out the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of what do they call, like intimidation and shit. You know what I'm saying? He'd bring him in there to visit Charlie Rock. Yeah. But rest in peace, Charlie Rock LD.
Right there. And then I gotta mention Ox Soprano and you know, like you know, and also Charlie Rock's brother right there too.
Yeah, Alex Ruiz. Shout out to Alex Ruiz. Shout out to Ox Soprano. We had Underboss Records. We had a tribute to him. But we got Chester Mcflly in the building, Philly in the building. Yeah. Let's get back into it.
Yeah.
Talib is still MIA.
He's MIA, and I don't know. I figured like once I got on YouTube and like I could like have like a little bit of audience, I could like say something back to this dude finally. So lately, I don't know. I've been posting some videos like about him. You know what I mean? And they've been blowing up a little bit.
What's up? No, because I mean, you know.
Would you like
I think some people seem like they hate you, like actually like you. When you notice over time, they focus on it. Like, so since your page has grown up, have you had any of those people follow you over since Instagram, like to be like, oh, you're that guy, or no?
Not really, but on Facebook, yeah, I had a couple of them.
On Facebook, okay. I was curious about that because I just thought that would come. You know, it's like, oh.
And then even on Ryan Glover's page, like when I would like talk to him, he was like, "Oh, you know where Talib's at?" Like they would ask me, like, "Yeah, you know where he's at?" Like, I don't know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah, it's like they associate it almost like that, like it's a WWF wrestling.
Play this video. Gatekeepers, Hip Hop, Talib Kweli, Talib, Chester Mcflly, Ohio, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Rap, Live, Chester Mcflly. Fucking, anything you want to say about this short before I play it on Talib? This the last one down, the last one you did on Talib, I believe it is. I didn't miss one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead, let it speak for itself, you know.
All right, let's go. It's Chester Mcflly. And pin to the chat, go subscribe.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Motherfucker was from Ohio. Ohio. His mom was like a professor, and that's where he learned all that racist bullshit from. That's why he plays the victim role. You notice, if you ever hear Talib Kweli or Talib Kweli or Tubby
Just
Kelly.
to go buy one too, I think you could
Somebody
remix his songs
delivering
now.
FedEx. But if you ever hear of him, it's always like some victim shit. You know, like, oh, this
He's
happened
like
to
selling
these
drugs,
people,
like,
that.
never
And then he
sold
jumps
drugs.
in the conversation. Like,
I
who
think
the
I'll
fuck
show
are
you that
you?
one. Yeah.
You lived in a white neighborhood.
Yeah, that.
You know what I'm saying? I live in the hood, actually. He lived in a white neighborhood. And he tells people, like, oh, yeah, I had a tough... Man, you was a privileged dude growing up. You privileged now. Never had a hard life. And he acting like he was from Brooklyn and shit. This motherfucker was from Ohio. Ohio.
Yeah.
Just to tell lies. Just to tell lies.
Just to tell lies. Yeah, shout out to brotherkingx. I think he was the first one that came up with.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, yeah. He
There's
did
another
just
one
to
let me
tell
play real quick. It's just a short Talib Kweli hip hop rap remix. Is this just to tell lies?
Just to go cry. Look at this shit. He was
Yeah,
in
just to
Ohio.
go cry.
He never sold no fucking drugs. That's your lie. Don't lie. Just to go cry. Look at this shit. He was in Ohio, remember? He never sold no fucking drugs. That's your
He
lie.
lives in Ohio.
Just to go cry. Look at this shit.
And people were telling me, they're like, yeah.
That shit looks green screen too.
Just to go cry. Look at this shit. He was in Ohio.
Yeah, it's
I think we played it a
music.
few times, but we gonna get you a few more views on here. But stay tuned, cause I'm sure you got some more coming, some more Talib videos and all that. Make sure y'all go check them out. It's pinned at the top of the chat.
No,
Y'all
I'm
go
gonna
subscribe
ride.
right now, y'all. Right now, go subscribe. Check
Yeah.
out the content. You see
Yeah,
down here
just-
pinned at the
yeah.
bottom, the Hood Smoker
Tell
Podcast,
lies, get on
Blatonio,
the ride.
Todd, JP. Shout out JP. Shout out Lex.
Yep.
Shout out Philly. But let's get back into it. Well,
Yeah.
where we left off, I played those shorts by Talib, about Talib on your YouTube.
Yeah, because you can't let somebody who's got like a little bit of like celebrity power, like just go out there and just like talk about you, because like that could really destroy people. I've seen shit like where people like deleted themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like they have like a celebrity say something about somebody and it's like not true. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like,
But then I
cause
was gonna say, then I started noticing though, like, is he really that big of a celebrity? Like, I seen like his presence on YouTube. It doesn't have that many fans, really. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
Talib's celebrity, I think, comes more from like Dave Chappelle. He's that dude like chilling in the corner way back here. You know what I'm saying? With hoodie on, while Dave Chappelle's telling jokes, he's laughing like he. You know, I can't do it real good. Blatonio
Yeah.
probably can do it real good and shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't do the laugh, but he's kind of that. He's more known for the hype man. You know what I'm saying? He was just. I'm glad 50 years of hip hop came and he got his shine, and that was while during the time that we got into it, during the 50 years of hip hop, during that time, you know what I'm saying? But now it's 51 years of hip hop, so we're gonna just keep. And like KRS once said, "Where was y'all at the other 49 years?" You know what I'm saying? That's why he said he didn't even do any the 50 years of hip hop.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Right. Stay
Gatekeeping
tuned for
hip-hop,
some more Telefit Kweli, because I know the fans want to see that. Some more Telefit Kweli. And we still got to get a Telefit Kweli shirt up there to Chester Mcflly. And I got to shoot the shirt. I got it actually already in the post, in the box.
I got a
down
dude
in
that he might
Arizona
come to the
to
house.
one of the winners in Arizona from DetroitDicks.com. Eat a bag of dicks, Southwest Detroit. It says with the Old English D on the back, but it says eat a bag of dicks. Fucking this guy, I love dicks on the front, but it means something different. Shout out to my homie T-Mac, you know what I'm saying? Dope, best edibles and shrooms in Detroit, in Michigan, period. You know what I'm saying? Get at him, DetroitDicks.com. I was gonna get out the shrooms with y'all tonight, but I should have. I wish I would have, but it's a little too late now. If I take them now, I'm really be up probably.
Or keep you up all night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I gotta be packing all night. I'm going on a little vacation.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's good. That's dope.
I need a fucking vacation, man. It seems like the grind those fuckers. I ain't got time for vacations, though. It's like I wanted, like I used to like hitting the road and shit. That was the dope thing about doing just rapping and shit. When you can just do shows and shit like that in the studio and push your CDs and your albums and shit. And doing show, getting fucked up at the shows. It's just that I was getting so fucked up at the shows because the bigger we got, we would end up being going on right before the openers and even headlining certain shows. And it was like,
Further to push you
I'd be
back. Yeah, you
twisted and
getting
shit.
fucked up.
Like I did the Icewear Vezel show. I brought Antichrist on me. He's 6'8", huge. This an Icewear Vezel trap concert. You know what I'm saying? Mac Lou was on it and shit from downriver. Shout out to Mac Lou and shit. But we was all up in there and shit. We came on stage. I did this song, Fuck Your Feelings and shit. I don't know if you ever heard it. I'll send it to you if you ain't heard it, dog, because you probably get a kick out of it. But I had people in there. I talk about certain things that we can't, if I say on the show right now, they'll definitely restrict us. They might even strike us. But I say some shit, and I heard people like, while I was rapping, I heard people fucking in the crowd like, oh my God, did you just hear what he said? Did he this and that? And I was like, it just made me go harder, dog. I was like, but I went back, hit the DJ booth and shit. Vezel's people's back there on the DJ thing. I was like drunk as hell. I was on stage, a little tipsy. You know what I'm saying? I stumbled a little bit up there, but I still kept my composure. I still spit. Antichrist was up there with the crowd. We had the floor fucking. It was pretty dope and shit. Packed down there. It was a dope show and shit. But it was just like just to see the crowd react, just to get that reaction, like, oh my God, because that's what I wanted to do with that song, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people too sensitive these days. It's
That's
like,
true, though.
Yeah, and I dropped that shit, and I think it was like 2019, something like that. So I forgot. I did it at 2018, 17. I don't remember, though. It's
Yeah.
But yo, that's why podcasts are so important, I think, because like you can have long form conversations. It's not like run by like TV channels where you get like, you know, you have to say all like what you're doing and like what you're plugging like in this amount of time, you know what I mean? Like a podcast, like you just talk and relax and like actually get to know people instead of like, you know what I mean? It's more like, and they don't like that. I don't think they're trying to like, you know, control all that shit basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Mr. CR. Y'all got to log into Facebook, actually, I mean YouTube, to actually watch the video because they restricted it because he said something that was against the agenda. But it was some whole ass shit what they did.
And that's on the same level of the song too. Yeah, that's what he'll send it to you. No.
But he said he called him out and he said it loud. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh man, I was waiting for it to get snatched down right away, but it didn't. They just restricted it and shit. You know what I'm saying? It warned me, gave me a warning and shit, and it was like,
Yeah. And so the song will like, yeah, same thing with the flag song and everything, which so there's freedom of speech, but you're still limited.
Right.
Yes, but when it's a company, there's no free. They have control.
It wasn't about grape. Yeah, it wasn't about grape, but it was, but it was
how
talking
much
about
control does the government have over social media? I
got
want to know. Because I've heard, I think I was just watching the Joe Rogan episode with Cat Williams, and they was talking about that, like how the government is hating. That's why they're trying to they're banning TikTok in certain places and shit like that, because they don't want like information like they can't control to like China runs that, so they can't control.
Yeah, but they brainwashing people too on there, like, you know what I mean? This is crazy all over
crazy,
TikTok.
dog. I go live.
No, I'm saying like in China they show people playing the cello. You know what I mean?
Right.
In America they show like fat people beating the shit out of each other or like eating themselves to death. You know what I mean? They show like the worst.
Yeah, the lowest form of humanity. Yeah, so to speak. Yeah,
They have like contests with like people playing the other side. You know, I don't know how to say it right. Where a little boy wants to be, you know.
Yeah. See, we have to talk in code. That's what I mean. That's what the days we live in. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like my new phrase, let's go buy tortillas. Let's go buy tortillas. Think about it.
No Diddy.
Initials. Let's go buy tortillas.
Hey, somebody
Yeah,
else left that comment, and I think you were the first one. I give you credit for it because you were the first one that I think came up with it. No Diddy. What's the new saying? And somebody left that under one of our videos. I forgot what video, but I was thinking like, and it wasn't you. When I first seen it flash across my thing, it said no. I seen No Diddy. I'm like, oh, it's Chester Mcflly. But no, it wasn't Chester Mcflly. Somebody else there like No Diddy and shit. I was just like, yeah, that's what's up. Like No Diddy, that shit's catching on. Chester Mcfly, you got to go get that trademark, dog. That No Diddy hashtag. You get hashtag trademark. Shout out to Charlie Knight. They got their hashtags trademark, and then you get paid off them. Because, you know, your trademark, the hashtags, they start getting thousands, millions hashtags.
Well, the John right now, he Bruce Lee the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention was like about Bruce Lee the shit out of him is like, yeah, it's like right there.
Your hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, literally, yeah.
But you can't put like a apostrophe, you gotta put LEED. Like lead.
Lead. Yeah, lead. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee the shit out of him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes it, yeah. Like, yeah, kind of like when we were saying about Coney Sunshine and somebody is like, you know, like, yeah. Remember that? Yeah.
I don't know, like, I feel like if you focus on like just one like social media, because like I haven't been able to go on Instagram, so like I've been on just YouTube and like my shit's been blowing up. It's like when you like, oh, I gotta go on Facebook, I gotta go on this, and then like, you know what I mean? You neglect it in some way. You just focus on one, the shit would blow up.
Yeah, and you also mentioned like here's where I think, you know, other people watching right here. You also mentioned about different audiences, like where it's random where it comes from too, like different countries that certain ones focus on you as well.
Well, I was watching this shit the other day actually, like when it comes to like freestyle like competitions and battles, that the country that has the most amount of battles, listen to this, in the world. Competitions, battle leagues, like all different kind, like acapella leagues, ones with instrumentals, all kinds of shit, is the Philippines. So I just started like, yeah.
Okay.
I know that.
And that's a lot of the audience that's been tapping into your channel as well, right? If I'm not mistaken.
A lot of people from the Philippines, Indonesia, and like I talked to them because I was like, that's like some of the first shit I used to smoke, like from Indonesia. So I was like, I'm with y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's Indonesia, yeah. No, that's what's up.
But yeah, I started the Philippines, like in that song from Animal Thug, after whatchamacallit. I'm in the Philippines. He got a mansion? Okay, we on it. What? That Noriega song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, actually,
Animal Thug is actually like one of my favorite skits. Is Animal Thug?
Yeah, that's a skit for the song. That's a skit for the song. Yeah.
Well, that's how he actually counted his bars, which is pretty dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he made it out of his bars.
Makes sense.
That makes sense, and I like the backstory to that because you know, like, as rappers and shit.
Shout out to Mr. Lee. We had him as a guest. It was actually Drink Champs was started by Nori, DJ EFN, and Mr. Lee. Them three started it. Mr. Lee's actually from New York. He's from the Bronx. They went to Miami.
Is he on the show anymore?
What's that?
Mr. Lee's still on the show. Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He's still on the show.
Mr. Lee was on the show. Yeah, we've had Mr. Lee as a guest.
Actually, what was funny is when we had him on, we know Noriega was like in the other room or like just like on the other side of the wall when he had his interview.
They were doing an interview and Nori was just in the other room and shit. Mr. Lee was with him and shit because he actually went back there and like hollered at Nori for a second and shit and came back out and shit. But yeah, we chopped it up with Mr. Lee and he was saying like how even Drink Champs, they didn't even make $1. They did it for the love. Like for the first year, they didn't even make $1. You got a multi-platinum selling artist doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just got to be consistent with it. We had Matt Hoffa, shout out to Matt Hoffa, like giving us props and shit, hitting us up. I got his direct number and shit. He was texting us, telling us keep it up. You know what I'm saying? He supports. He rocks with Detroit. When he first started, My Expert Opinion, he was just interviewing battle rappers. and he came to Detroit, and he interviewed Fat Father and
Fat Father.
Marwan. We had Fat Father on as a guest. Shout out to Fat Father, you know, the Fat Killers and shit. Marwan, King Gordy, all them and shit. But yeah, he was giving us words of encouragement too and shit. So shout out to Math Hoffer. Shout out to Mr. Lee, DJ EFN we talked to. We're actually working on getting him as a guest too and shit. He's been telling us he's wanting to come on the show and shit. So we just got to get the dates right. That's all we're working on with EFN. But Nori, that's a different story. I actually, because I know he's real active on Twitter, I hit him and Fat Joe up on Twitter right away. Fat Joe blocked me. I hit Nori up and I was like, dog. I was like, man, say it ain't so, dog. I was like, I used to bump that shit. I went to prison bumping fucking Super Thug and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, dog, Capone and Noriega.
I used to pull bitches that song at the Villanova skating rink. We used to go out there and like I rollerblade. You rollerblade with a bitch like what?
Yeah, I got memories to that whole album, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I told Nori that, and I'm like, dog, don't let the beluga whale, like, I was telling him, like, the whole when we were having Cuban Link on, because DJ EFN and Mr. Lee both had good words to say about Cuban Link. But no, I told Nori I ain't get no response from Nori, so it is what it is. But he ain't blocked me and shit, so.
No.
Fat Joe, I went.
Nori, we understand. We understand. You know.
Right. Like, Nori, he caught up in that shit because we didn't know at first. Nori went live and actually he was drunk and he put it out there himself that Fat Joe owns a big portion of Drink Champs. That's how that's why he's got his fingers in it. That's why Cuban Link hasn't been a guest.
Yeah, but doesn't Puffy got his fingers in it too?
Yeah. He owns Revolt, which he stepped down as stepped down.
Three fingers for like.
Fucking.
But that's what I was saying. Mos Def was chilling with Diddy before he left America. You know, to go to South Africa. You notice that?
Yeah, I believe
that's where Chappelle went.
The Drink Champs, Talib was on where they went to Dave Chappelle's crib in Ohio, where Dave Chappelle's from, and Talib was there in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And Talib was there playing the corner. Mos Def was there, and it was Dave Chappelle, and they was just laughing and joking. You know what I'm saying? It was more like Dave Chappelle just cracking jokes and shit with Nori and EFN and Mr. Lee and them in there and shit. Getting Talib. And Talib was like playing the corner where he had his hood on and shit, being all quiet and shit, laughing and shit. Man, Dave Chappelle cracking joke and shit, and Nori would say so.
He really do look like the Muppet, like that, like
here we go.
The Muppet, like they have a band. Like remember the Muppets had a band.
Man,
the one,
I should have looked up the name. Yeah, I know.
The one with the red hair, like you add the hair.
In the top hat though. Yeah. But yeah, we have to show it like on maybe not tonight's episode.
But if you would have showed Talib Day, like that's racist. You're saying I look like a Muppet? What are you trying to say here? Like
just like you know.
No, like you look like a Muppet the way you look. You look like a sock puppet, Talib.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh shit! Like you said.
Yeah, that's a picture I took.
You know what's crazy, right? Dog? You made this, right, Blatonio Todd? Didn't you make this?
What was that?
You made this, right? Listen, have you seen me?
Yeah, I made the milk carton. Yeah, because
you were smart, man. You were really smart.
People. I seen other people started sharing it, like people we didn't know and shit.
With the milk carton shit. Yeah. You mean the milk carton, Chester Mcflly?
Yeah. When I would make videos and stuff back on my Instagram, he would just report me, and then I made a Tubby Kelly, like an imitation Talib, and he like got that shit taken down like that, like in a heartbeat. And ever since then, I've been like shadow banned. If I say like what's the word? If I said something coward. If I say coward, like you sure you want to say that? Like they ask. Yeah, like on Instagram, and then now it won't let me go on. I go on Instagram and like takes me off real fast.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I'll tell you why. Because Kanye's like second album. They're like, "Yeah, you're selling it for $150." I said, "No, here's the link. You can go on SoundCloud right now." I said, "And I'm half Jewish, so I said, Ye just got burnt by another Jew." And I couldn't get back on Instagram after I said that shit. And I was just fucking around, but yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's funny as hell though. Like literally,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, with everything, you know. Yeah. Some people just, you know. No, but I
Then
mean, yeah, but you like the milk carton stuff earlier when you were saying about being smart with it, or were you mean just
you capitalize on it like way before I could. Like when I would do it, I was always in trouble on Instagram. So if I said something about Talib, I would get reported and we get taken down. You know what I mean? So like, and then it would give me strikes.
Like he's banned the Hood Smoker podcast, but not me. So that's what I'm saying. Is like it almost seemed like he's trying to divide and conquer almost too.
Yeah,
Remember that?
they threw restrictions on us.
But I was like on there. I was like, he's never blocked me. You know, I'm like, okay, he's trying to you know.
Oh, he would block me and then unblock me, and I would tell people, "Look, he blocked me," and then after I would say he blocked me, he would unblock me. He said, "You're lying."
Yeah, you're lying. Oh my God. Yeah, and he would always say, "Yeah, you're lying about it." No,
yeah, I never blocked nobody. Yeah,
I never blocked nobody. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh man! Shout out Talib Kweli.
My girl, like, she was like you're crazy, and I was like, this is. I was like, I got a feeling something's gonna come of this, and then like, you know, I met you, and then the Hood Smokers podcast, and then I started working on my YouTube, and shit started blowing up just like a week ago. It feels like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that shit really wasn't that long.
Came up quick, you know. You came up quick. You were thinking about doing it already. I remember. And that just seems like only maybe 2 weeks most.
All right, we got this cat. I don't know if you
yeah,
heard of him, Chester Mcflly.
you know, I like that's dope, man. I was like, you know, you're asking if you could like, you know, use our name out there. I'm like, man, of course, man. Like, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
We want all of us.
Shout out to Talib, dog. I mean, he brought a lot of
yeah, shout out Talib.
together. You know what I'm saying? We rock with Ryan Glover, heavy and shit. He was on the show. And I know Blatonio was on the show. Telefib was on the show. Fucking, they Wrath the Guy. We had Wrath the Guy come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you met him. I mean, he was another one who had a bumping of heads too. Yeah.
I got this video pulled up. It's old Chester Mcflly, but it says Chester Mcfly should have grabbed the 40 live at the note.
Oh yeah. That's.
Yeah.
What's this?
Is it the short or the video? The whole thing.
It's the video. It's almost 3 minutes long, 2:54.
Yeah, it's actually incredible. I forgot my lyrics. I just learned the song like the day before, and then I just like had to freestyle a part.
We was talking about that, huh? Yeah.
It's like my old dirty bastard like moment. You know what I mean?
Shit, you want to play it? Should we play it?
Yeah. Play it. Absolutely.
Let's do it. This
It's
hip hop.
funny. It's actually pretty incredible.
Right here.
So when was this? Like, was this 11 years ago? Like the YouTube video says, or did you upload?
Yeah. No, that's 11 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. See, Chester Mcflly ain't new to this. True to this. Philly hip hop. Let's go.
Philly hip hop. Salute.
Word. All right, we got this cat. I don't know if you heard of him, Chester Mcflly. He's got time for one track. We're gonna skate to one song. One song. I should've grabbed the 40. 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 I should've got a 40. I should've got a 40. I should've got a 40. Straight out of the asylum. Yeah, I should've got a 40. He's innocent though. I should've got a 40. I should've got a 40. They sent me to shrink. That bitch told me never to drink. Now what the fuck you think? I bet that bitch over the sink. Fucked her on the mink. And I was out in the blink. Now I need to get me something to drink. That's right. Go to the fucking beer shack. In the wrong rack. Grab me a 6-pack. And a fucking battle axe. And a Slim Jim. Yeah, and I jumped in. I should've got a 40. I should've grabbed a 40. I should've grabbed a 40.
Yo, fucking 12-ounce bottles.
I should've got a 40. 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 I should've got a 40.
Yeah, Chester Mcflly.
I should've got a 40. I should've got a 40. I should've got a 40. I'm in my man's whip. Better get out of his crib. Started bitching about his fucking wife and kids. Next thing you know, he looked down at my bed. Looked at this shit.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't bad, yeah.
Chester Mcflly. Straight out of the asylum, right?
Yeah.
Yo.
Going freestyle buck wild, cause I'm drinking on the 40, making motherfuckers smile. I'm back in this shit, in the meanwhile, get it back with the hype, motherfucker, cause it's old E tonight, yeah. We getting fucked up, right, jumping after wit. I'm getting back while I'm smacking your bitch, cause round a hoe.
That's right.
I should've got a 40, I should've got a 40, I should've got a 40. Damn, I should've got a 40, I should've got a 40.
Right.
Should've got a 40.
Should've got 240.
Yo.
I should've got a 40.
Yo.
I should've got a 40. Yeah, I should've got a 40.
Yeah, I remember the movie you was talking about though, yeah.
Yeah. That's why I like had to leave. But that was like supposed to be like the first song and shit. It's just like we didn't have enough time to film it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta cut it real quick. Something emergency. He's running from the law.
I used to have a whole bunch of ideas.
They know he's here, so we only get him out the back door, man. That's Chester Mcflly.
We got a lot of work to do, my brother.
Y'all, live. Should have grabbed the 40.
Should have grabbed the 40.
Should have grabbed 2.
But
I changed my outfit, man, and I walked through the crowd like with a different outfit on. Like, hey, they're looking for you. Like, don't tell nobody.
Hey, you just went up another K. You had 50.8K. It was just 50.7K, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
good.
Hell yeah. Chester Mcflly shit's just slapping, dog. Like every time you check it, your YouTube studio is gonna show you more and more and more and more. And the more you get, the quicker it goes, it seems. You know what I'm saying? The larger you get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What you doing,
He's got a lot in the works right here. You know, that's why I wanted to spotlight this. Definitely, you know, like with the YouTube channel, it's not just one thing. You know, he's got a lot of different, you know, spots right there.
I got this video pulled up right here. This Doomsday Eminem, new Eminem Benzino. We are a Detroit podcast. I mean, I got history with Benzino and shit. What's this short about, right?
Oh yeah,
that's the video actually. I don't know if you could put, like that that's like their actual song. Yeah. I was just like listening to it. You could remix it though, yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like
Gutta and Benzino have a history. Yeah.
I'm muted. Let it play.
Yeah, Benzino needs a hug.
Yeah, Benzino. Yeah, but yeah, like
needs a hug.
Yeah, so
Someone give Benzino a hug already, man. Eminem threw him a bone, dog, made him relevant again, put his name in a song and shit. Now he's fucking.
Well, he took the bait and ran with it the wrong way. That's the way
he went on the world tour, and I think they gave him too much alcohol on purpose, and somebody should have saved him.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been out there like that. That show, like, it's crazy. They let people just, you know what I mean? I could never go on a show like that.
He got interviewed by our homies that we just had on here, the young Living Goats, Murder Media. They interviewed him and shit. And Wes Warren King, who actually set the interview up, he wasn't able to make it that night. But he actually checked him about that shit, Benzino. He was like, Snap Dogg didn't appreciate it. People in Detroit didn't appreciate how you was just coming through the city with Snap, the Rise, Hellcats doing donuts and shit, and how you disrespected the city like that. Just, I mean, we know Benzino been coming to Detroit, you know what I'm saying? We know he's in Tubi movies and all that, but I mean, fucking don't come here and disrespect, you know what I'm saying? And they let him know that, how Detroit felt. Shout out to Wes Warren King. Shout out to the YOGs, Young Living Goats.
Yeah.
Shout out to
they did that. That's like what MGK did to Eminem almost.
Shout out to Run. Shout out to Twan.
But fucking Benzino said he went and picked up the spaghetti that he threw. He was like, "What you gonna do if you beefing with somebody who got a restaurant and then you shooting a video? First thing you gonna do is throw the food." He's like, "I'm waiting, clean it up and put it in the trash." Motherfucker. And the dude he took a picture with at Mom Spaghetti said he didn't even know who he was, thought he was an Eminem fan and like a tourist, wanted to get a picture at Mom Spaghetti and shit. He said he didn't even know who the fuck he was. Benzino
Okay,
was
that's
like,
funny
"Come
as
here and
fuck.
get a picture."
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, for real. Real talk.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
Like this is a random note. How many times have you seen when there was an altercation at a concert? They always call them a fan. It was like obviously that's not a fan if they doing this type of shit.
Right.
No,
Benzino's like the ultimate stand to me, dog. Like he is the ultimate stand.
Yeah.
Like I thought,
Yeah.
like Cannabis thought the song "Stand" was about him, and he even had a whole thing where he was gonna go on tour in Europe with Stan, where he had a video where he was gonna rescue Stan at the end of the video where he drives off into the water. He rescued Stan. He was gonna bring him on tour.
Cannabis?
Yeah, but there's a story behind it. He got blackballed and shit, and a lot of shit happened, and they shut it down.
I like Cannabis and shit. He did that.
Cannabis had bars.
They just did it out in Three Horsemen with him and Corrupt and
I had some bars with
Razgraz,
Cannabis.
Cannabis, if you're watching and you need a stand,
Yeah.
just give me a call. I'll be standing.
Cannabis.
I'll stand on stage.
No, we
stand
chopped
on
it up with
stage.
Cannabis a couple times. He actually, his manager hit me up not too long ago.
I used to think Eminem won, you know, because he did the song Cannabis, and then I went back and listened to some Cannabis diss songs with Eminem, and I'm like, I don't know now. That was a pretty good job.
Cannabis destroyed LL, in my opinion. That's you know about a different.
LL and Cannabis, I think was a way better rivalry than Cannabis and Eminem, if you ask me. Though.
Yeah, it was kind of
I thought it was a little corny though, like with the whole like getting the he wanted to get his tattoo on him and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, where it started, originally, because the microphone was like, he was trying to do it to honor him, and then the dude's like, no, fuck that, you know, and then changes his verse, you know, it was like,
Yeah, but it was...
So he still wanted to get the tattoo, he said? Like, it's still a little weird.
Yeah, Mike on your arm will always be mine, or something. He's like, yeah.
But Benzino, if you watching this, you playing with fire, don't come over here on that rah-rah shit. Motherfucker, respect the D. You know what I'm saying? I know you was over at our homie Stretch Money's crib at the barbecue and shit a few years ago. When I dropped Benzino Needs a Hug, I hit up Stretch, talked with Stretch and shit, but he ain't know what was going on. But that's a whole nother story. We can get by that, Benzino. We talk. You can unblock.
Is he like
me,
5'5"? He's like 5'5".
Yeah, he's a little fella.
With no neck, right?
Yeah, Benzino's a little guy.
With the neck.
He's like, I got a neck. And he's like this. He like turns. He has to turn his whole body when he turns his head.
And nobody's hating on him for crying on Drink Champs. It was what he was crying about. You know what I'm saying? And the
whole just looked weak.
Yeah, and the whole time he was trying to bring up the shit with Eminem and all that. And Nori and EFN and them wasn't trying to hear that. They didn't want to talk about that. Which, I mean, that was the trending topic.
He wanted to bring it back to... Yeah, that's what it was. He kept.
Yeah, and then he was talking about all this racist shit, but then he breaks down and starts crying.
I love white people. I love white people.
Crying about Eminem. He loves Eminem. He loves white people. He loves fucking. He used to be rode with his grandfather with the Irish Mafia. He loves the Irish Mafia in Boston.
What the fuck are you talking about? He's Italian, I thought. I thought he's a paisan. What the fuck's he talking about?
He is part.
Let's hear it. What you want to hear, Benzino?
I thought he was black and Italian, right?
At the end of the show, D. Cochran, I'll play Benzino Needs a Hug when we're all done with the interview. Right now, we got Chester Mcflly, Philly in the building.
Hey, you in control of the interview, though. If we go in a direction you don't want to go and you want to change it,
I'm just wrong with the punches, yo. This is like a, you know what I mean?
Chester Mcflly, he's an official hood smoker. If y'all didn't already know, that's what I mean. He been in the show and shit. Like he already been on here. That's why we didn't want to ask too many questions when you were on the show because we had you booked for an interview and shit. But we want to anything else you want to like Blatonio said, touch on like anything you want to touch on that we did like about Philly, the hip hop scene, like inspirations, like what you're bumping now and shit. There's a few like things like we didn't
But
touch
yeah,
on.
I mean, like, you know, I got kids now and my girl, so like that's where I do everything for now. I'm trying to like, you know, maybe have something to give to them. You know what I mean? So like, I want to work hard for something now instead of like every time I used to just fuck around, dibble and dabble. But you know, if I put more of an effort in, you know, maybe I'll get more of an effort out, and it's been working out so far. So you know,
Man,
that's why I think I've been.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah.
That's why I've been blessed, like to meet you guys, and you know, even I told you, like changing my name was just like really because like on YouTube was like it was Jonathan, you know what I mean? Like, and I changed my name to Chester Mcflly on there because you know that's my rap name. People know me by that.
Yeah.
Shit started working. I
Yes,
give credit to
sir.
y'all for that.
That's dope, man. No, I'm happy about it. I mean, I don't believe I was trying to get into it earlier, but it was like, did you want to touch up on where you got the name originally from and stuff? Like,
Yeah, like just I love Back to the Future, like Marty McFly, and then I was living like right outside of Chester and which we call Eddie Stone, and I don't know, I just like wanted to put like, you know, cool names. I was like Chester, you know, McFly. This shit just worked, you know. And then I told you like not that long ago, I heard like even like somebody pronounce the name wrong, like, Chester MC Fly. I was like, yeah, that's right, I like that too.
that is, yeah, I remember you took. That's dope. Yeah. Oh, MC Fly.
Yeah, Chester
Shit
MC
makes sense.
Fly.
You are an MC too. Yeah, on top of that.
So what's your top five? Top five dead or alive.
Top five.
And actually, I want to give them an outlet also. Like, you can do a top five of like from different generations. You know, a top five in general, and even top five like from old school to new school. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can have a couple top fives if you want.
Yeah, I just blurt out. I don't know, like I gotta say Eminem, like for like his body of work, like everything he's done. I think he's number one. And then I would say like Tupac, you know, for like what he, you know, his penmanship and what he's done to the game. And then like Biggie, I think he was the best freestyle artist of all time that a lot of people don't even realize. Like just the way he would be able to go with a beat and like the way he could freestyle. Like when I started rapping, like he was like, I would watch a lot of Biggie shit because like I seen the interview, like one of his last interviews where he was rapping, he closes his eyes, he puts his hand on his eyes and he's just swaying. And a lot of times, even when I freestyle, I like look away or do something different so I can get in the zone. And I got that from Biggie. Like I seen him do that shit. He like would cover his eyes. I don't know if you ever seen that freestyle where he does that shit. Is amazing.
I've seen that one too. I seen the popular one also. You know, like where he's like looks like he's out front of a store.
But
Yeah.
Biggie did right too, cause you know I uploaded that video of Puffy walking back there talking shit. Like, yeah, it took him this long to write this motherfucking song, and he was like kind of talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And Biggie was back there writing and shit. And Biggie, it was kind of disrespectful on Puffy's part. You know what I'm saying? And how he was coming at Big, like he was in a hurry for him to finish this track, like this song, and it's like he's writing masterpieces. You know what I'm saying? He ain't.
Yeah, did you see the picture from that? Yeah, he had like they showed like Biggie looking at Puffy and it looks like he was cockeyed like during that where you were just talking about, and he said, yeah, he wasn't Biggie wasn't cockeyed, he was just watching Diddy.
He had to keep an eye on him.
Big was actually in talks with Suge. You know what I'm saying? Big was actually in talks with Suge Knight and Death Row Records and shit. So I mean, there's a whole big conspiracy theory behind all that and shit. But I think all the truth is gonna come to light.
Well, they say even Pac was trying to leave Death Row. Then they gave him like Death Row East, like right before he died. You know what I'm saying? And that shit just vanished. Ain't no Death Row East.
Yeah, we had some of the West Coast homies that talked about that new Pac, and they talked about like he was starting. I think it was Thug. I don't know if it was Thug Life or Outlaws. He had the Outlaw record. He had artists already like signed to another label that was like an independent label he had out there, but he was putting the money behind it. But it wasn't Pac's shit. But he put the money behind it. It was like I think it was the Outlaws, and he had artists signed to it already. But that's what they were saying. Why Suge? A lot of people went in on Suge because they were thinking like, well, he's worth more the Suge dead than alive. But when you think about it, it went to his mind though and shit. So really, it wasn't. I think a lot differently. Like when it first happened, I did think that, but I think now that all this Keefy D shit coming out and all that, I'm starting to think more that it's more Diddy related. And I don't think it Suge didn't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? I think Suge would have been more like now the whole.
I think it all connects to the Suspect Mafia. You know what I mean? When I was telling you the Suspect Mafia. I thought Birdman was, you know, part of, and that's.
I mean, and of course, remember, like we got to be careful with our lingo.
That's what I say. The Zesty Mafia. Yeah, the Zesty Mafia.
Ooh, I like that better. Zesty Mafia. Yeah. You might have just inspired a new song, but yeah, maybe we should do a collab for it.
Zesty Mafia.
I'm down. I'm definitely down. Oh yeah, I got to name the two other rappers real quick. And Kendrick Lamar and I would say Corrupt.
All right, Kendrick and Corrupt. Both bars, all 5 bars. I mean, they all spitters. All 5 of them that you named. I mean, Tupac, he hit different. You know what I'm saying? He was that. He spit shit you would feel more than like. He was lyrical. But Biggie was more like he would get more into the lyrical part of it, throwing the bars together and like, but the metaphors and shit. Pac was more like a storyteller, and like you get you the chills when you listen to it. Like,
Me Against the World, I told you about that. Like Me Against the World, like there's like listen to this. I knew this girl that like after she got out of rehab, she like went and did drugs, and I don't know what happened, but they ended up finding her in the abandoned building in Kensington and shit. And then when I would listen to Me Against the World, like I never really paid attention to it. They had like they said like abandoned buildings, and I would hear that part, and like it just reminded me of that shit. Yeah.
No, Me Against the World, dog. Fucking Thug Life. I can listen to that. I've been listening to a lot of Thug Life, dog, because it like reminds me of Mommy Creeper and shit.
When they told me that, like it's crazy. Like
Apocalypse Now is dope too.
That lyric stood out though. Like it's like you ever notice that? It's like all of us have a song that's like that part meant something to you that may not even relate to the, you know, like he was talking about something, but it's like that stood out to you right there. You know, like that
like I was listening to music, and then like he was telling me the story, and like I don't even think he knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, music definitely helps you, though. I know.
They found her in the building, and like I'm listening to Me Against the World in his car, my buddy, and he's like, the body's in the abandoned building. He's like, they found, he didn't connect it, and I connected like that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Eminem said it best on the track he did, that Aerosmith remake, where he said that shit, music can influence you like in different ways. Like I like I was just talking to Blatonio, I think the other day, like I threw some Ghetto Boys on, dog. It had me ready to go on a nut. Like the old Ghetto Boys, I'm talking about when the 4 like Mug Shots was on there with Ready Red and all that bullshit, fucking Willie D, Scarface, and that shit had me ready to go on a nut, and fucking then I was ready to just go on a nut, but I was listening to Thug Life and like pour out a little liquor, then I throw on some E40 or something and shit, One Love and all that, and I listen to some shit like that, and it put me in a different mood. But like I throw on some Ghetto Boys and it had me just on murder mode. Like I'm ready to go. Just tip. I don't want to say too much here on live and shit. That's why I took that other live down.
I got you.
Let's not lose this episode. Let's not lose this episode.
But I mean, music can influence people in good ways and bad ways. It got me through prison. You know what I'm saying? It got me through a lot of shit in my life. I was locked up when I was 12 years old in juvenile, and I was in and out. So, I mean, and then prison. After that, county, I don't know how many times. But music always, like, helped me get through all that shit. You know, I would write. If I couldn't listen to it, I was writing it. You know what I'm saying? When I was locked up, if I couldn't listen to it.
Remember I told you about that dude when I was in jail? He had that MP3 player. That big Kobe MP3 player, and everybody else had a battery clear radio. I'm like, how'd you get that MP3 player? He's like, in my ass. I'm like, no, man, for real, man. Like, where'd you get it from?
He keistered that bitch.
He looked at me in my ass, and he was dead ass. I was like,
they do
all right. I had nothing else to say. I was like, all right, yeah.
See, my monkey dog, he used to get
you
weeded.
need to make a skit of that shit, or something.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. How much did that guy love music? I'm just saying.
Love
He must
music
have really
so much
loved
it's
it.
coming out of my ass. I love music so much it's
So
coming
they
out
probably, I
of
think they got like iPods in prisons now and shit.
Like, I'll be that guy for you.
It was the Kobe joint, not an iPad. It was just like circle. It looked like, you know what
Get
I
it in
mean?
my ass.
We had cassette players when I was in prison, Walkman, straight up cassette players. And we ordered from Pack Central and we ordered
I
from,
got so much steam
I
coming
forgot
out of
the
my
other
ass.
one. But they had like shit like eShine.
Where'd
They
you
had
get that
underground
from?
shit.
In my ass.
Yeah, I had a Bonky. He was getting weed in the joint, but he was swallowing the balloons, and then he would pour a bunch of shampoo in the water, and he would slam the shampoo and water, and he'd puke them all out and shit. You know what I'm saying? So right when he came back from the visit,
I knew my friend's aunt used to do that. She had this boyfriend in jail, and she would take the balloons from her badush and put it in his mouth somehow. And he would do that. One time he started choking on it and shit.
When you get a visit, you can get shit from the vending machines. So what people used to do was they get like bags of chips and shit. And the bitch was like slipped the shit that she shot in her cooch up in there and got up in there up in the bag of chips. Hope I ain't telling the police nothing. This was a long time ago. I'm sure it's
Allegedly.
Disclaimer, y'all.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly, they do this. And then the chips, and then you can act like you're eating the chips, but you're swallowing the balloons and shit. And then you go puke the
we can talk about balloons.
Yeah, balloons.
Yeah.
But yeah, the girl did that, and he got caught choking on. That's how they got in trouble and shit. My friend's aunt, yeah.
I don't suggest anybody does any of that shit. Don't shove no fucking MP3 player up your ass. Dog, I knew him. I got a homeboy, I ain't gonna say his name, dog. But he knew he was going to the county. He was out on tether. And he bagged up a whole bunch of like weed and tobacco. And I don't know what he did with it, but somehow he got in the county.
I seen something like that, a purse. He was a purse.
Yeah, so I don't know what he did. I don't know how he got it.
Like a good word.
He knew he was going. He had a gun charge. He was out on tether. It was his day of his sentencing, so he knew he was getting locked up. He wanted to make sure he had cigarettes and weed. And so he took some squares of weed up in there with him, and I'm not going to say how he got them in there. I don't know. I ain't asked him and shit. I just seen him bagging it up. He was bagging up the little balls.
I remember I seen people in like Delaware County going crazy for like Wellbutrin. They call them wellies. You got any wellies? Like they snort that shit, yo. Like psych pills. You know what that shit is? Like Wellbutrin.
Shit.
Okay. Like
in jail, people would snort that and they would like, got the wellies. Like that's what they would
so
do.
it had a different effect with the snorting of them.
Yeah.
Well, man.
They would call. Yeah.
We're all over the place with Hood Smoker Podcast, like for real. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, they got the ADD.
It doesn't stay in one area. We just go all over the place.
Hey, shout out Brother King X.
Yeah, shout out Brother King
right
X.
Now.
We miss you, but we understand. Yeah.
That he's still in the building. He smashed like y'all need to do. And Chester Mcfly's YouTube's up there, pinned to the chat. So make sure you go subscribe. Philly in the building. Was talking Philly hip hop. We talking about all types of shit. We was talking about Diddy. We talked about we talked about our homie Talib. You know what I'm saying? Somehow we ended up talking about the beluga whale, Fat Joey Cat. Fucking, we was all over the place with it. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, we talked about state property down there in Philly. We played a video of
really upsetting me though, man, right now, man. I don't know what's going on with Meek Mill. It's saying that his lover's he's Diddy's lover, apparently, they say.
Yeah, what's up with that? What you heard about that? Because Meek Mill's from
Philly, right? Yeah, bring it up, because I've heard about it, but yeah, go ahead, man. Like,
you didn't see that video?
I know about it.
Go ahead and lead into it.
But Meek Mill's denying the shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's denying. No, because I'm familiar with that.
But there's a video where he called him daddy. He's like, daddy.
I like when he did that, daddy. I like when he did that, daddy, and because they're getting all buzzed in there on the scene. Yeah, he's
And then
getting
there's
buzzed.
pictures of them matching. Did you see all the times they went out together having matching outfits, wearing the same outfits? Yo, I would never wear an outfit with another
Diddy
man. Yo,
started buzzing shit. He like, yeah, come on,
that's
man.
some zesty shit, yo. That's the zestiest.
Unless it's like your group, you're in a rap group and y'all got the same shirts and shit or something like that. The name of the group on it and shit.
Oh man,
it making Philly look bad. We like, yo, come on, Meek. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Meek.
They said, yeah, but Diddy, like, he would have the parties and shit. Meek was there, and they said, like, everybody be acting like they were passed out. One dude, he said he didn't even drink. He just pretended he was acting like he was passed out, and he said that he heard somebody sound like getting murdered. Like, no Diddy.
Wow.
Yeah, no Diddy, yeah, because that's
no Diddy by Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because you're familiar with like the whole like the parties with the garlic and thing, you know, like that rumor thing, you know, with the garlic, that too, right?
Nah.
Okay, Gutter, you go ahead because you told me about it, and then I had to look it up. Like you told me first, but then I did.
I'm Italian. I don't even like garlic. I hate garlic.
No, to
Okay,
go to the Diddy party, you better wear some garlic because they got these vampires that are there, male vampires.
The gay vampires.
And if you wear the garlic, that means you don't participate with the vampires.
Gray vampires.
Yeah. And if you don't, gray vampires. And so if you don't wear the garlic, then that means that you participate with the gray vampires, and they like just jump around. They got them hanging from the ceiling and everything. They like just jump on you and do gray stuff.
You mean hanging from the ceiling? Where is this place?
I'm
so if you ever go to a Diddy party, wear the garlic, man. Just wear the garlic.
Yeah, just wear the garlic. Just, don't even ask questions. Just wear the garlic.
Yeah.
Just think of the old movie Crocodile Dundee. You're gonna need garlic.
But shit, dog, we hitting that 3-hour marker here on the Hood Smoker podcast. I mean, this is the longest one we had.
We could go all night long too. Also with Chester Mcflly, that's our brother right here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's an official Hood Smoker.
Now you know,
People know who he is. He hooked us up with a couple dope ass guests that are homies now and shit. We fuck with them heavy and shit, and they got some dope ass music. Check them out.
Yeah, and if you got time, like, did you want to like chop it up a little bit, like how you kind of cross paths with some of them, like a
So when I lived in Westchester, I moved up there like because I was with this chick at first, and then like she broke up with me. I went to like cosmetology school, and then I ended up working at this barbershop, cruising style. And I would cut like the dude Sid's hair. He worked next door, my boy Sidney Joseph. And I would cut his hair, and then like he's like, "Yeah, you want to move in with me?" I was like, "All right, cool." So like I moved in. He had like a studio in the basement, and I was able to make music and shit over there and focus on music. And that's when he started going out with Makeda, and that's where I met Lex. That's where I met the dude Dark I was telling you guys about. That's where I ended up meeting that dude Sag, unfortunately, who ended up moving to me to my crib, and I think he killed my dog. But that's another story.
Yeah, Batty Boy. Yeah.
No, not that guy. Which one? The guy Sag. The guy poisoned my dog.
Yeah. Okay.
He was like
the other one. Batty Boy was the other one. Yeah,
he's a body boy too. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Oh damn. Damn, lots of Batty Boy in the world.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, I met all these dudes like from Sid because he made music. He was in a group with Lex, I think, originally, and then Lex started just doing music with the guy John Murdoch, and they had a group, and I like their music a lot.
Yeah.
There's another dude. I wish I can get a hold of this dude. He was friends with my buddy Sid, and his name was like Paranoid Android, and he used to work at the barbershop before I was there. And it's crazy. He was a crazy rapper. Like he rapped about crazy shit. He acted like he was like an alien from outer space on drugs. Like this crazy shit. But he was really dope, the dude. Paranoid Android. Shout out if you ever see him.
All right, shout
And
out Pedro on Android, and if you watch it, man.
Oh yeah. But then I just like ended up moving back to Broomall and shit, and I lost contact with a lot of people. But then just going back, meeting you guys and like with Talib Kweli, I started like getting contact with a lot of them. That's where I was able to talk to Lex to come on the show, and had my buddy JP come on the show, and you know, I'm still talking to my friend Dark, and I have a couple other friends out there who want to get their music out here and like, you know, possibly be on the episode and shit.
Yeah. No, we look forward to, you know, like, yeah, whoever you bring our way, and absolutely, you know, you fuck with us, we fuck with you, man. You know, on the real, you know, that's what's up, man. No, that's cool.
I like the whole
That's why
Detroit
that's,
Philly
you know, like
connection.
historically, yeah, you know, damn, and that's cool that you know, it sounds like, yeah, coming back into the, you know, that's
yeah. The guy said like he was a producer. That's why when I moved back home, I thought he could like help me out with music and shit. And he was just a bum. I could say this. He's a hobosexual.
Yes, I remember. Yep. Oh, that you hear that gutter? That term right there. That's like
Hobosexual. Okay.
Hobo. Like a hobo bum, and then
you probably have sex with whoever, male, female, whatever you tending or want to be, with all of them,
and
for a sofa.
Yeah, and it sounds like opportunist in a way. So it's obviously like, hey, whatever you can give me or something, like, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, that's what's, you know, like that's the vibe I caught, which is like, yeah, we've all dealt with bums.
Well, he was just like somebody like I don't think he ever had to do anything. Like my dad, like taught me how to like, you know, work, like cut the grass, like, you know, fix the house, like all kinds of shit I could do. I could do like electronics, computers, all that shit. But this dude couldn't even cut the grass. Like if I tried to show him how to paint something, he was just his dad did everything for him. You know what I mean? He was like a hand-fed bird.
Yeah.
No Diddy.
But like the type to be like, it's easy to change a tire on your car. You know, like really, it really ain't that bad. You know, but it's like the type. No, I can't do that. My dad can do that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. When he got in trouble, he had to call his dad. All that shit.
What do you mean air up the tire? You know, yeah. It's really not. Yeah, it's not rocket science, brother.
But but as long as you know, I focus on music and shit, and like fuck that dude. You know what I mean? Like I could link up with whoever the fuck I want. Like even like people from the past, like were good people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You ever had like something like that, like where like you was with somebody like who was your friend, and they like was just such a fuck up that like you was friends with you like the people you seen like around there like pretty talented, but like the dude who was there with like was such a fuck up that you just don't want to go back there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No. Okay, and that being said, also, are we talking about like somebody you still like you hate yourself for kind of like having respect for him too? Or we talk about just like, nah, fuck that motherfucker altogether though. That's
fuck that motherfucker altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know, because I've been on both sides of the fence. That's why I wanted to make sure, you know, like with that, I didn't know if he was that type of dude where it's like, yeah, I just don't fuck with him no more. But no, like a person like, fuck that dude. Like seriously, I hate them. And
I murdered my dog, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, because you know, and that right there, that's why I would think it's like, yeah, fuck that dude altogether. You know, there's no coming back from that. It's like, no, dude, done.
It is just a lot of bad people in this world. You know what I mean? Like, I guess like selfish, man.
Yeah. You know. You know, it sounds like also like, you know, he was one of those types that holds back, if I'm not mistaken, right? You know, like,
yeah,
you know, obviously he wanted to like benefit somehow, you know, in the mix, and then
because like after my grandparents passed away, I got the house, but like then, like my cousins like took money basically, like, and that was supposed to be the tax money, so then I had to have people move in with me to help me get money. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then he had this fucking retard moving in with me, cause all kinds of problems and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, sorry you had to go through that, man. I mean, which
Yeah.
you know, definitely you know, this
I'm
life's
leaving a lot
lesson.
out too. I'm leaving a lot out. Like I'm being nice, right? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah. No, this is your interview right here, man. You know, like for real. Anything you don't want to talk about, what you do want to talk about, you free to say whatever.
Yeah,
Our only thing is like, you know, like we want to keep the interview up here, so of course we got talking codes sometimes, you know, when it comes to graping.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you already know that. You get the lingo. You know, that's we fuck with you.
I still think you have more freedom, even like with like talking and code like that on YouTube than Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, because they almost break it down over there, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And when you get shadow banned, like, and you know what I mean? Like after I was fighting with Talib and he reported me so much. It's like anything I say, like, are you sure you want to say that? I'm just saying hello.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, like there's words that pop up and it goes, "You sure you want to say that?" Yeah, I'm familiar with that, and it's like, wow. And then you hit.
That's from you being reported from Talib.
What was it? What about him?
That's from you being reported a lot from Talib. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because that triggered him.
His Karens and shit. His crew, army of Karens.
The master of Karens, yeah. Master of Karens. You know, there's masters of puppets, you know, like which they were puppets, but masters of Karens, man.
And bots too and shit. Like, I just think some were bots because the way they would answer and shit, just like wasn't like human.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah, he had to.
I want to make sure any shout outs or anything you want to plug Chester Mcflly, because we're over 3 hours right now.
Yeah, I got you. Nah, just shout out to my girl and the kids, yo. You know what I mean? And the Hood Smokers podcast and Blatonio Todd, Philadelphia and Detroit and
give me a second.
And the Philippines.
Oh hell yeah! Now give me a second. I'm gonna be right back as soon as I can, man. If I don't, I'm gonna call you right after the show. But hold on just a sec. I think I heard somebody right now.
All right.
Oh shit! What's going on? What Blatonio got going on and shit? I'm gonna blow him up real quick. Chester Mcflly, go ahead and say your last little things before I blow Blatonio, because I got a feeling something's about to go on. So any shout outs or anything like that. Like follow you on YouTube, though. I mean, Chester Mcflly.
Follow me on YouTube at Chester Mcflly. Might be Chester Mcflly or hashtag Chester Mcflly or Chester Mcflly 420 on YouTube. Yeah.
And he's back. Philly Kweli. The first time he's appeared on the show since being kidnapped by Jigsaw and having to do that crazy shit with your brother and the Clippers. And I see that you're starting to grow the beard back.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about this interview. I mean, I thought you guys were bettering yourselves, and now you have this Nazi clearly on here. Man,
you do know he's half Jewish, right? Tell a fib. You know Chester Mcflly.
You got your flip flops on, right? You got your flip flops on today, right?
I'm wearing my Crocs actually.
You're about to get your D hat,
right?
Tell a fib.
They got the waffle pattern.
You're gonna get your D hat till you keep talking like that, Tell a fib. I mean, do your research first, because Chester Mcflly actually is he's half Jewish. How is he a Nazi?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to look for the place to copy and paste, you know, real quick. But it's historically, you know, proven right there. I'd have to ask my brother to send it to me, and then it might take a minute.
How many stitches did he get?
He's too busy dress shopping.
How many stitches did your brother get after that whole Jigsaw incident?
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm out of here. So, you know, like, yeah, if you're gonna talk nasty to me, then I'm really out of here. Okay. So.
Well, I mean, that's the last time we see you, Tell a fib. Don't run now. That's Tell a fib Kweli on the Hood Smokers podcast. He had to make an appearance.
I don't know what's
Shit,
up with him.
telescopes, alright.
Yeah, motherfucker tripping and shit. Yeah, like
I'm telling you, man, dog.
yeah, looking all
Blatonio's
talk.
got Talib somewhere in the deserts out there in Arizona and shit.
Yeah, I
No
don't know. He
Pads
can't
got him up there in
he's
Green
talking shit.
Valley and shit. Talib's
Yeah,
hanging out with No
yeah,
Pads and shit out there.
no, yeah, yeah.
He gonna come to Philly one time. I want to go to that concert. It'll be a good
He had to
concert.
come on. Yeah, tell the
Yeah,
fit fall out.
with that shirt,
Yeah,
no.
I definitely rock that. Hell yeah.
Yep, we got that coming your way. For
Yeah,
real.
we gonna be
Yeah.
announcing the 10K, like who's gonna win and all that good shit. Cause the next episode we'll get more into the details about that.
Yeah.
Cause we'll be at the
And then also
10K.
we're talking about doing the show when when we organize it and stuff, and we know you're like close by neighbors right there to the D. So I mean,
Yeah,
we'd
host
love
the
to.
podcast show. Yeah, if you come to Detroit, dog. I mean, it ain't far. I know every time I took the Greyhound to New York City, it always cut through that way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I drove to New York City too and shit. So, and I drove
yeah.
right through that.
I would come out to Detroit. I think it'd be dope.
Yeah.
It's not far. I went to a Lions game and there was more motherfucking people there from like Philly and shit than Detroit. That was when they had Culpepper as the quarterback when Stafford was out for the whole year, like his second year playing and shit. They lost.
Yeah.
I think they went 0-16 that year, the Lions. But,
Hey man, I was a Sixers fan when they were in the process, so I've been there. I had season tickets to that shit.
Oh, see, yeah, yeah.
They lost the most amount of games in history. Like when I was going, I had season tickets that year. It was crazy. It was $40 a month for season tickets for the Sixers.
Yeah,
think about that.
Right? Yeah. Any
That's
other
crazy.
shout outs you want to do, my brother?
Like I said, this shout out to my girl Sarah, my kids Giovanni and Viviana. And shout out to the Hood Smokers podcast. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Jay Gutta. Shout out to brotherkingx. Shout out to I'm missing probably a whole bunch of people. Lex. Shout out to JP. Shout out Philly. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's what's
And
up.
then,
Chester Mcflly, you'll see him more.
He rocks with you too, so I know you shouting out to him too. So just I know that. My brother right
Shout
there.
out to Talib.
Yeah.
Shout out
This
to
ain't the
Talib.
last you've seen of Chester Mcflly. You know, he's an official hood smoker, so you'll see.
I think Telefib fucks with you, but I think he's just kind of like up in his feelings and stuff because
because of that whole situation with Jigsaw.
Yeah, change those waffle shoes. He got the waffle shoes. He's waffling.
They were freaking bright orange too, man. They were like some bright orange shit. I'm like, what the hell you wearing, dude? They almost looked like so orange they were almost pink, dude. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Try to match his underwear.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
All right. Well, shit, we're going to get out of here. I was thinking of ending the show, though, with Benzino Needs a Hug because there was a request for it and shit. And I said after the interview, I'd play it. It's only 3 minutes and 32 seconds long. I tried to keep it short for the younger crowd, you know what I'm saying, when I made it. And it's a few years old, but I'm going to go ahead and play Benzino Needs a Hug. It's Chester Mcflly, Philly D. You know what I'm saying? It was an honor.
Yeah.
Another episode.
Always.
In the books.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And like I said, this ain't the last you'll see of Chester Mcflly. He'll be back.
He's an official like Hood Smoker, rocks with us, so I mean you'll be seeing more of him as well. Collabs, all that shit to come.
Yeah,
so.
check out In the Hood with Chester Mcflly, Philly edition and shit. We got some videos up. We're gonna be dropping more videos. And check out his page that's blown up. It's pinned at the top of the chat.
Yeah.
So y'all catching this on a replay. Go ahead and check the live chat. And it's right there, pinned right there. I'll put it in the comments too and shit. So in the description.
Appreciate you on that.
Yeah, no doubt. Chester Mcflly, y'all. Philadelphia in the building. Stand up. Let's go. This Benzino Needs a Hug by yours truly, Jay Gutta. This is an older track, but it was requested. I'm gonna play it, and that's gonna be the outro. Much love, Blatonio Todd. Anything you want to say though before we get out of here, brother King X? Salute everybody in the chat. D Cochran,
salute King X. Yeah, definitely my brother. Jay Gutta right here, and then of course our guest right here. Linked by like the best could be right here, Chester Mcflly right here. You know, we brought together. You know, like everything happened for a reason. And shout out to Talib Kweli for making this possible too. You know, shout out Ryan Glover.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
I won't forget nobody. Shout out to my brother, you know, Christopher Jordan, Black Jesus, Monte Cristo, Dice. Yeah, this goes on. But
oh yeah, we got the Drunken Mass coming on. We got fucking Maestro coming up. We got a lot of big names. Town, shit, a lot of big names coming on. I mean, fucking so Crackle Capone. So stay tuned, Necro. Shit, Necro's coming up and shit. Fucking been getting a lot of good feedback from that. That's gonna be a dope episode. But it's Chester Mcflly, Philadelphia hip hop, from Philly to the D. We doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into Benzino Needs a Hug. And we out of here. Much love.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Chin down.
Salute.
Chin down. Chin.
Check out Benzino Needs a Hug. Just type it in. You'll find it everywhere.
Sitting on this porcelain throne, I'm shitting on this no-neck stone. I'm hitting with this 4/5 chrome, cause in my home, I'm coming for this pedophile from 7 Mile to Zug. You wanna see a thug while you spitting game to a fucking child. Chomo bitch, I'm racist shit, a homo snitch that rape little kids, no home no more. Assy Vic, come to my home, I'll dump this clip. Let me lump this trip for Detroit City. Pumping the whip, smoking that sticky. Sup little bitch, you the one that hit me. Calling me a cracker like that's gonna offend me, bitch. Like that's gonna offend me. Calling me a cracker like that's gonna offend you, racist bitch. Fucking pedophile. With your bitch ass. I got evicted from my crib. Benzino needs a hug. Royce talked about my kid. Benzino needs a hug. I cloud chase Eminem. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop. Benzino gets no love. I hate white folks. Benzino needs a hug. Ladies call me a joke. Benzino needs a hug. How I go broke. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop, Benzino gets no love. You only come back, Jack was how you was black. And I'm a honky that raps, but shit, you spittin' the facts. I can't name one of your tracks, and I ain't trying to be funny. Stevie J gave you a slash, made you look like a dummy. Ain't no love in hip hop, you disrespected the ones down. Should've kept your jaw shut when you said fuck the underground. It's the no-fly zone, don't get caught in the D. Go spend some time with your grandkids, go show some love to your C's. I got evicted from my crib, Benzino needs a hug. Royce talked about my kid. Benzino needs a hug. I cloud chase Eminem. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop. Benzino gets no love. I hate white folks. Benzino needs a hug. Ladies call me a joke. Benzino needs a hug. How I go broke. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop. Benzino gets no love. Alright, bitch. I done waited 5 days, now you told me 3, and I still ain't put the K's down. Hey now, apologies not accepted. You better take them posts down, bitch. You gon' respect this. Call me Stan, but man, you don't understand. Detroit Brothers Band, the city's our land. And fuck the clan, the man, and any other racist. Thought you could duck, you bigot, you gotta face this. I got evicted from my crib. Benzino needs a hug. Royce talked about my kid. Benzino needs a hug. I cloud chase Eminem. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop. Benzino gets no love. I hate white folks. Benzino needs a hug. Ladies call me a joke. Benzino needs a hug. How I go broke. Benzino needs a hug. Bitch, you ain't hip hop. Benzino gets no love. Told my teenage daughter you gonna nut on her face, you chomo bitch. You fucking pedophile. I got the screenshots, bitch. You got some nerve calling Royce a chomo for talking about your 25-year-old stripper daughter, bitch. Practice what you preach, pussy. I pray you come to Detroit, bitch. I got something for your ass. And you said you thought it was my wife? Well, bring one of your hoes from Love and Hip Hop. Any one of them Love and Hip Hop hoes. And I got money on my wife, CC, beating the shit out of one of them fucking Love and Hip Hop hoes. And oh yeah, I'm not from Eminem's part of Detroit, you racist fuck. This Southwest motherfucker. You should have Googled me, bitch.